Okay, now we're live, and here's the intro.
So serious.
What the intro is so serious?
It sounds like really intense and wow.
Yeah, we're so intense.
I love it. We can
get
drop. I just noticed we have my other camera on. We can drop this camera for now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bye, guys.
There you go.
That will be later in the show.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about our top 5 Insta back factors in board games.
Wait,
Insta back, Insta buy.
back or Insta buy?
Kind of both for me. I mean, I just thought of it the same way, but
I didn't. So in the same way that we did last week, I didn't really think about Kickstarters because there could be things with Kickstarter that make you Insta back, maybe.
yeah, I think all of mine is just board game related. Rather, like I don't think it matters if it's Kickstarter or not. So
Okay, I went general. So
yeah, I think I went general too. What about you, Mike? Did you focus on Kickstarter or just buying or?
I think there's some bleed in it, right? Like there could be a Kickstarter with some of these things in it that would make it an Insta back, but nothing specific. Like I think that would be a fun Insta not back when we're looking at Kickstarters. Like what do we look at that's like a red flag that's like no way, not doing it. Doesn't matter if it's got what I like in it, like bad video, bad art, no art, whatever it is. But for this, I guess there could be a little overlap, but most of it is like if I'm in the store and I this thing, and then I want
or scrolling the Board Game Bliss email.
No, those are bad.
Those are bad.
They're all bad. Mini market restocks, they're all bad. Board Game Bliss they hound you though. That's like every day they get new shit in. Mini market I gotta like go to, or like Jason's store I gotta go to. Board Game Bliss is like in your face. Hey, that shit you really wanted is like we have it now. Damn it.
Yeah, I know.
I've never gone to that one. I know, like in cool stuff, you can say, "Let me know when this thing is back." But
yeah, I don't think I should have subscribed to their newsletter. That was
unsubscribing is so serious, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I do it all the time. Sometimes I just go into my emails and go, "That's too many emails. Unsubscribe." Like if I get more than 20 emails in a day, got to get rid of some of that.
Yeah.
I never sign up for. Oh, we got comments. I'm not paying attention to comments.
Oh,
I don't really sign up. Hey, Andrew.
We have people here. Hi.
Hey, friends. I can't see you yet, but hey, friends.
We always chat a little bit, let people jump in and catch up. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be talking about the top 5 Insta buybacks, whatever, like grabs. I know Mike's is probably it comes wrapped in saran wrap. That's because you'll get just about anything.
That is not true.
And then we have a board game trivia from Katya. Yeah. After that, and then we're gonna play a game called Game by Mike. I don't know if you want me to say
Peter.
Game by Mike.
Peter.
All right, I've shared it in a bunch of places. However you are finding us through whatever link, we appreciate you joining us on the show.
Absolutely.
Now I can pay attention to what you guys are talking about. Where are we? What are we doing?
Well, let's start with the top 5.
Are we live?
Yeah,
we're live. Of course we're live.
For a while. Yeah, you want to start with the top 5?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Well, I started last week on our top 5. So,
wasn't I up top last week? Let's change this.
Oh, there you go. I could start. That's fine.
Yeah. Why don't you start? We'll go.
I'll start with something that. Okay, so technically I have 6.
Heather, how are you, Heather? Oh, hello. God, and DeVito.
Nice.
DeVito's joining us from Gamma tonight.
Party.
He's out in Reno at Gamma. So
Yep.
Ooh, awesome. Thanks.
Cool.
yes,
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah, so technically I have 6. One of them is very obvious, so I'll just start with what?
The last 2, I just want to point out, the last 2 I have only had 5, and now you guys are breaking the rules. Just
Well, I
saying.
only have 5.
So
now.
I'll start and I'll finish. That's all.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Before you begin, can I just put a little bit of caveat to a little bit of house rule to what I'm going to be doing? I don't have any Instaback things anymore. Whenever I but really got into the hobby, there was like, oh, this publisher instant back. But now there's always a instant back and I can be talked out of it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that's kind of what I went for here.
It's a lot softer than the hard pass, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's not
They weren't hard passes, they were soft passes. Come on.
Oh, wow.
I had a few hard passes.
This is even more pliable. Except for this first one. Like, I'm putting this one, and it's because of what I do. There are games that I buy purely because of the components. Like, they have a lot of bits, wooden bits of, like, colors that are off colors. It's going to be a purchase, and that's like a no-brainer for me. But obviously, the price tag is always the thing that will determine whether or not I get it at the end of the day. But yeah, those are for sure, like, for me. And it's hard because, like, I have to pick and choose because, like, a game can come with, like, components that, like, there's a ton of it, but if they're the same as another game, then it's like, meh, I'll pass up. But if it's something original, something cool, then yeah. So that's why I'm at 6, because this one was an obvious one, and it's probably the strongest reason for me out of all of the ones that I have on here. It's one that is less negotiable. So
that makes sense. You're not buying copies of El Grande for the wooden cubes, but you're buying copies of Draftosaurus because they have dino meeples.
And because somebody told me that the game was fun. But
well, yeah, that's
a bonus.
Fantastic.
Yes, those dinosaurs are pretty cool.
Got to get the expansions too for the pterodactyl and the.
Oh, I have them.
Brachiosaurus? Is the Brachiosaurus the one in the water with the long neck?
Yeah, the brown ones. I use them on my Kabuto Sumo mosaic. Those little brown ones. Yep. So yeah, so that's my first one. That's what I start off with. It's cool.
Well, you said that's your number 6, right? So are we all doing a number 6?
It's technically my first one, but it's so obvious that I'm just getting it out of the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's like me ever talking about Batman or Arkham or Troubles.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, I also have some out of the way, which is basically I didn't want to do a list of publishers. Some because I work for some are friends and all that stuff. And there are a list of publishers that you have to talk me out of getting that game. Like the minute they go, okay, put it in the cart. What is this again? Okay, yeah, sure, kind of thing. But I just didn't do the publisher. I think we ought to do a top 5 something publisher or something like that, and that's where we'll focus that. So I left that out.
Okay, sounds good. Michael.
So who's your first publisher that?
Yep. So I didn't leave that out. But instead of going through the last week, I hate these publishers. This week, I love these publishers. My number 5 is a hybrid. It's designers and publishers. So there are certain.
But that's cheating.
No, it isn't.
If it's an instant buy for him.
So, I mean, I didn't want to do number 5 publishers, number 5 designers. Like there's a little bit of a pedigree that comes with games, right? Whether it's a designer or a publisher. So like last year, Gen Con or Origins, they all bleed now. De Vere's booth was like, I lit it up. Everything they had looked awesome. The component quality was great. So like I trust certain publishers to make really good shit, as well as designers. So like if I see Kevin Wilson on a game, I know it's going to be good. If I see Daryl and Adrian on a game, I know it's going to be good, right? Even a game called Creatures and Cupcakes by Daryl and Adrian is still fun. So you get that pedigree, you get that security in knowing that you're buying something good.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else can like if it's this publisher with that designer with this mechanism with this art, like it just continues to grow. But I know that there are people in the industry like Floodgate. Everything that Floodgate does is great. The components are great. The quality is great. They're thought out. So like there are companies in the industry as well as designers in the industry that have my trust, right? Until they break it. If I see their name on it, I know. Like I bought Batoku but yeah, by Devere. It was a massive looking game. There's so many things that look just great about it. Have no idea how the fuck it plays. I just bought it because it was Devere. I got it at PAX, and I knew I wanted it because I lit them up the convention before with that Paris game and Red Cathedral and whatever else they had. Like I just know that they're doing good stuff. So
yep.
Who else did
For
I put
me,
down?
it would be for designer. It would be Alexander Feister. Everything
Sure.
he does is great. Yeah,
Yep.
but I didn't do like a designer in particular because I can, like Chris said, I can always be talked out of it. Like I can't buy all of his games, but it's one that obviously like he's really solid. So
I want to point out that
Yeah.
you know, Peter's Cardboard Alchemy is definitely on its way. We only had we have games coming to us right from Cardboard Alchemy, and of course I know Peter so well that it's instant for me because I know how he works in the games that he makes. You know, Dwellings of Elderville is good enough for most people to go, what's he doing next? So, but yeah, like I said, I didn't make a list like that, but I definitely have one in my head. And we should probably do one top 5 like that.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So designer publishers, right until they fuck it up. Like they got me. I know they're gonna put something out there. I see something coming out. I see a pre-release like Ryan Lockett, right, with Red Raven. I'm going to get it, like, because he is just amazing at what he does. And now it's branching out into a team. I think the family's involved. Like everything that he touches is just great. I love all of this stuff, right? There hasn't been a misstep. So I know I'm going to get it immediately until they fuck it up.
I will say I've had a few instances where they didn't fuck it up. They just went for an audience that wasn't me. And I was like, okay, like Pendulum from Stone Mayer Games. Sure. Stone Mayer is kind of like that for me as well, one of those, and so is Red Raven and a few others. But when Pendulum came out, I was like, oh, that one's not for me. So as a collector, it kind of like made me go, oh, it hurts not to have the one game, you know. But you know, and then of course I went back to getting more games after that. But so it doesn't have to always be a fuck up for it not to be the case, but you have to talk me out of it. So
right.
Yeah, but like Katia said about Fister, like there's that Cloud Age, which I don't know if it did very well. I don't know how it's even doing. I haven't looked into it, but we played it one night at Tucson Tuesday for like on a whim, and the mechanism that's in it with the sleeved cards and the clouds that are covering stuff up, like it's not a typical type of game, but you know that his games are going to be good, right? They're going to be thought out. They're going to be worth it. So if I see his name on it, like I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, I got it and played it because I like the previous games, Maracaibo and all that stuff. Maracaibo? Is that it? Maracaibo. Thank you. I was missing the R. But I thought Cloud Age was okay. It wasn't the same experience I had before. So now it's kind of like next time I'll look into it a little bit more. Like it's not fucked up, but again, it's like. So.
Did you try Boone Lake?
No, not yet. And see, that is a thing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get that. So I guess I'm still in the Instabike buy part of that. All right. So before we start naming every game and every designer and every publisher that we know and love, my number 5 is a unique art graphic design style. So now we can start naming off all the artists that we like, right? Because anytime I see a Detroit game, I'm just like, I hope I love this game because I want all his artwork kind of thing. Bosley, you know.
For me, it's
Best Sobel.
Kwanchai.
Kwanchai, yep.
Stuff is amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Also, the more we talk to Matt about stuff that he does, I don't know if Matt's watching or he'll join us.
Yeah, the games that Matt works on,
He touches it. That's an insta buy. I didn't even put him on there. I mean, he's a friend. Same thing with Andrew. Like talking to Andrew, you realize he's done way more games than I thought. It's like, yep, I'm just.
Oh, anytime you mention the game, he's like, I worked on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Matt does too. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but you bring up a gorgeous looking game, and Matt Paquette is like, oh yeah, I worked on it.
So then, so I'll just mention him now. For me, it was artwork. So then it brings me back down to 5, really, because we have this overlap. For me, it was the artwork by Matt Dixon on the board game Transmission. Like it's game about his series Transmission with those little robots. So for me, and I think that was my first true insta back. I literally knew nothing about the game. I found out he was making a game with Adam West, and I'm like, I'm buying this. I don't care what it's about. There's robot minis in it that are based on his art. It was like that was a true for me insta back, and I don't have a lot of those, but it was because of the art. Yeah.
I'd also like to I'd also like to say that, like, aside from the very specific artists and those kind of styles, whenever a theme is done in a different way, that, like, whenever you see a space game, they're almost all Photoshop space. They all kind of look the same, kind of. But whenever you see one that's drawn with pink everywhere, and so just like a totally different, went a different way with it, that always grabs my attention. That almost always makes me instant buy it.
Well, like that little game Winter Haven Woods that we just backed, that you said like you have to eat the creatures. It's a cute, like, animal themed game with nice art on it, but yeah, the animals are drawn in a very simplistic way, and it's really elegant, and it was very different than something like Everdell or whatever. So yeah, like, because the art style was different, it was grabbing, and yeah, combined with the theme, it was one of those where that was another one that it's like, yeah, the art's cute, I'm just gonna get it.
Yeah. All right, so number 4, Katya.
Yeah, number 4 for me, I would go with like mechanism, in the realm of mechanism. For me, clever abstract games are my jam. And so when I see something like, for me, Garinto was that, like, oh, this stacking stuff, and like having to score based on your piles and how they like go with the objectives, and comparing with your opponent's piles and stuff like that, to me was so, and the drafting patterns was so clever, so elegant, that something like that will get me almost instantly. And it's also, I think the vertical aspect also has something to do with it. Like, I really like Holy because it also has that 3D aspect, and it's clever, and it's strategic, and it's abstract. So those type of games for me are really hard to pass.
It's always interesting to me to try to figure out, where does interesting pieces and stuff go from cool to gimmicky. You know what I mean? Like the examples you pointed out aren't gimmicky at all, but I have seen games go too far and it becomes gimmicky.
Yep. Right. And so when Holy was on Kickstarter, I remember thinking that looks gimmicky because of the 3D thing, and it hadn't been very common, and it was, like the grooved plastic, and I was like, I don't know. And so I didn't even look that much into the gameplay. I almost wrote it off because of that. Like, it was almost too much, even though the cover is like stunning. And so I passed up on it, and it wasn't until like they sent a copy for me to do the art for it that I tried it, and then went like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is my kind of game. And so there's been a few like that where it's like very clever, abstract, and that's my kind of game. I'm reading the comments. Yeah.
Is he being literal? Like, wait, go back to.
No, he's saying he agrees with art being number 1 motivator.
Yeah.
Right, but is Peter a Gamma too? Because he could literally be with Peter.
I don't think Peter is a Gamma,
Oh,
actually.
all right.
No, I don't
I
think
could
so.
be wrong.
That'd be funny.
So,
Oh yeah, I forgot the Gamma's going on. Is it going on right now?
Yeah, Mike's there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good pay. So that's your number 4, Mike.
number 4.
All right. So the right IP is my number 4.
Hmm.
Like, I don't understand what's going on over at Renegade. They keep coming out with deck builders of all these IPs, right? They just announced the My Little Pony. They did the Transformers. They did the G.I. Joe. And
All those.
a little bit of me is like, well, wait a minute. Like, is it just the same game rethemed, right? Like with Andrew's the Rising series, they're different. The Dark Side Rising and the Thanos Rising kind of play similarly, little difference, but like the SpongeBob Rising is different. The Batman Who Laughs is different. The Harry Potter Dark Death Eaters Rising is different. And I was curious if all these deck builders from Renegade are like same thing, just different art. But man, I saw the Transformers one and I grabbed it. There's nothing I could do about it. Like it was instant. But like you give me a good Batman game, you throw on Ninja Turtles, you throw on I was just at Jason's store over the weekend and Fantasy Flight put out a Game of Thrones game that plays with like your partner on the left and your partner on the right, and you're trying to like you get points obviously for your own, so you don't want your partners to do your council, I think it's called. But like Game of Thrones and that whole mechanism, I'm sold. I have no idea. I just read a thing and I'm like, it's Game of Thrones. I'm in. So the right IP, I mean, you start coupling that with the right. Hey, Matt, we were talking about you earlier.
Yep.
You couple that with the right designers or the right publishers, and I mean, it's just building on itself, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a instant back for me.
My gosh, are you serious?
Yeah,
not the same. For a second there, I thought the other Avatar. See, I'm a fan of I never watched that cartoon, but I like the movie.
The cartoon's awesome.
So, Chris, you're getting that because of the IP.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I thought of putting IP on there as well, but I thought it was too hard. It was too much of a because I still have in my head the old school. Oh, if it's IP, it's probably a bad thing. Yeah. Even though in the last many years now, there's tons and tons of amazing games. Thanks to people like Andrew Wolf and many others in here that do IP games and actually put a real game behind it. So and plus I've been wanting to play the Batman right there. Plus I've been wanting to play one of the Risings and I wanted the Thanos one, but I can't find it anywhere. So, and before I found it, I'm glad that I saw that announcement because I want to get that. That'd be my favorite one. So
that's cool. Matt's asking if I'm in Gat. No, Matt, I'm at home. I'm in my living room. So he's asking if I'm at my sister's because I'm in a different decor probably. But yeah, I'm at home. Yeah, to me IP, I think most times I can be talked out of it. So like, for example, I think it was last year in September. Yeah, I think it was last year September. There was a game, something Adventures in Neverland on Kickstarter, and it was about Peter Pan. And the IP, the art looked amazing. And then when I looked at the gameplay, I sort of talked myself out of it just because it seemed not quite what I would have liked it to be. And so, yeah, to me, the IP, the gameplay really has to be good.
Yeah, I think I get talked out of IP a lot, but it's definitely like you have to talk me out of it. Because I love so many IPs. I went into a game store, I think last week, and I saw the Transformers one. They had another one too. What else did you say came out?
G.I. Joe.
There was another one. It wasn't G.I. Joe.
My Little Pony.
No, it definitely wasn't that. I was looking at them and I was
Power
thinking,
Rangers.
which one do I get? It wasn't Power Rangers. Just keep naming IPs. We'll
I
do
mean, I think that was it.
it. All right. I was thinking it was something like Thundercats or something.
I'm not yelling at you. What are you talking about? Just go make connections. That's all.
You already got these connections. No, well,
Yeah, I
in
thought
any
Power
case,
Rangers too, Heather. I don't know what I don't know if you're with Jason, Heather, but he would know. There's it was a Renegade deck builder.
yeah, they were both sitting right next to each other, and I asked the guy who runs it, are they the same? He said, I think they're the same but different themes. So I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
Joe,
He could be.
Transformers. They just announced My Little Pony. The Power Rangers. I don't
It
know if
seemed
they
like
have
it was. Yeah, it seemed like it was something else around there.
Hmm.
Like for instance, He-Man. I've been talked out of both of those. Like I saw the one on Game, or there were two on Game Found, right? And I
One.
was like,
No, one on GameFound, one on Kickstarter, weren't they?
yeah, probably. But I loved He-Man as a kid. I still love the idea and stuff. But when I looked at it, it was just kind of like fighter skirmish stuff, and that talks me out of it. I want more story with that kind of thing, But
Huh.
that's true.
It seems like it's the complete opposite, right? I almost feel everything they've done has been IP or IP adjacent, like Terror Below was really Tremors board game.
That was, very much Tremors.
Good game, but I mean, man, if they got the Tremors license on that, that would have been great.
I really, really wanted that game, and again, I think it was the pick up and deliver that got me away from it. That the mechanism wasn't quite what I wanted to be, but the whole setting and the eggs and that was just so cool. And but yeah, I'm not a big pick up and deliver kind of game, so.
Okay, well, moving on to my fourth before we make this like a 5-hour thing, because then we talk about IPs forever, right?
Sorry.
No, it was all of us that were talking about it. Number 4 for me is Rondels, the mechanism thing. I don't know why, but every game I have that has that Rondel stuff, that's the best part of that game that I like. I don't know why it is. It's
except Sulkin. I did
no,
not
I like Sulkin. Oh, Zulkin's great. Zulkin's great. I'm not going to start naming them all, but anyway, and some of I think 2 of my top 10s, at least top 15s, are Rondels. I've only recently been kind of disappointed in a Rondel, but it wasn't disappointment. It was more just like I'd hoped that there was more to the Rondel kind of thing. So, and I'm starting up my own Rondel design, at least in my head, just because I love it so much. I got to try something. So
the gears are turning.
Yep.
Oh wow!
Good one.
No, it's a good one for sure. When I see that a game has that, it intrigues me. It's not necessarily an insta buy, but it's usually it adds something interesting. Yeah.
All right. So our number 3.
Back to me. It would be so in the realm of themes, cute dragons, cute animals, nature, nature in terms also of educational, kind of like endangered, the spill, anything whimsical like forest, mushroom and gnomes, like that kind of thing will get me. Like I had bought this one before looking at it based on the cover. I just bought that because of the way it looked.
Yeah, that artwork's beautiful.
It really is. And the game had a bunch of stuff to assemble, but it doesn't even have components I can use. So that tells you how cute the art was for me to pick that up, because it's rare that I buy something like that on a whim with components I can't even use. But yeah, it just gets me, like those those themes, and usually those themes go with cute artwork, so it's just I don't stand a chance. So, yeah,
Yeah, artwork grabs you.
it does.
Yep.
It does.
It's your number 3, Mike.
So I have a thing for player boards that have some sort of mechanism that has an unlock or where you're removing pieces from your board, like that
Nice.
kind of thing.
Like
And
scythe
if I
kind of
see
thing.
that, I want it. Right, Terra Mystica? You're putting
Yeah,
Right.
stuff on the
Yep.
board, which is giving
Yeah.
you more. Scythe, you're putting stuff on your board, which is making it easier. Anything, not just a player board, like Sheriff of Nottingham has a player board, right? But it's just to like organize your shit. A player board that actually has some sort of lock, unlock, remove, unlock, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Sucker.
What if it's just like, so the game Path of Light and Shadows has like a player board where you build up buildings, but all you're doing is taking a cube and moving it to the next one that gives you new special abilities. Is that the same thing for you? Or are you saying like in in Scythe, you make something better and make something cost less, that kind
Yeah.
of thing?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Light and Shadow. Right, just moving a cube to make things like a market, making it cheaper. I don't
No,
know.
it's more like this building lets you do this for cheaper, and then you move the cube down, which means you have the building above it, but you now have this building that lets you build 2 of these at the same time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe I'd have to play it and see. Like, I guess you can attribute cosmic colonies to that kind of feeling, right? You're putting your polyominoes on an asteroid and you're covering up terrain, and then at the end of the game, the terrain that's showing, the least terrain that's showing, or the more you cover up, right, the less that's showing, the more points you get. So that's kind of like I'm unlocking more points by covering up some shit. Scythe, you're making things more effective. Terra Mystica, you're putting stuff on the board, which is great because it's giving you some stuff, but you're unlocking more stuff on your board. Like those kind of transitions. I guess Cosmic Colonies isn't a player board, but it has that feeling of figuring out where I want to put it because it's going to cover something up, which ultimately gets you more points, faster engine, whatever. But that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I agree. I like that stuff too.
Oh,
Same.
I'm a sucker.
It's
If I
great.
see it on the back, even I just need to see an image. I just need to see an image of a player board, like a dual layered player board with like something on it and something off it, like revealing something, and I want it. I'm done. Sucks.
Cool. All right, so my number 3 is another mechanism, which is bag building. There aren't tons and tons of games that do it, but 2 of my favorite games are Altiplano and Orleans. In fact, I usually say Orleans is my number 1 favorite game. And then I just recently got the Meeples versus Monsters game, or Meeples and Monsters game, and that's a bag builder, and that's my favorite part. I guess because also with rondelles, maybe I like having limited actions and having to figure out what to do with what I'm being given at a time. So both of those kind of have that same deal, right? But I also like just the feeling of like reaching in there and getting the pieces. It's better than like I know it's kind of like deck building, but it's not. It's not the same. Like deck building, you get cards and you just see what you have. But there's something about grabbing those pieces, the tactile part of that, you know.
I think what's fun about bag building is that so it adds an element of unknown to your turn, your upcoming
Mhm.
turn. So there's like some luck in a way, but you do have some sort of control because you're improving that,
Mhm.
like your ratio. So I think it's a nice, like it's a mechanism that has a nice balance of
Mm.
a little bit of risk, a little bit of control. And I actually played Orleans recently, and I really, really liked it. That was my first time playing it, and
Oh.
a really, really good game.
Oh, speaking of bag building, I got Aaron actually bought these bags for us to play on Altiplano.
Oh,
nice.
those are so fun.
Yeah, she got them off Amazon. Somebody made them with different, materials, but they go so well.
Yeah.
Oops, dropped one.
It's
But-
very, very thematic.
Yeah, we played it the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, Corey brought up a good one in Hyperborea, however you pronounce it. That's underrated. I know it's older, but it's underrated, I think. Another good one is Quacks, right? Quacks of Quedlinburg.
I've only played Quacks virtually, and I didn't get the same feeling. And maybe it's because I didn't get to reach into a bag.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I still
fun.
liked it, but it wasn't like, oh, this is a great,
I've played it both the base game with the cardboard chits and somebody's upgraded with the plastic. And
Yeah.
there's a huge difference. It's like playing with plastic poker chips and clay poker chips, right? Or in a game.
Right.
It's just it's definitely when you're reaching into that bag, you're like, this feels good. That was
What is
not how
Dr.
I meant
Shark?
it, but you know what I mean.
What is Dr. Shark? I don't know Dr. Shark.
I don't know that one either.
What bothered me is I went to BGG to try to find all the bag builders, but they mix bag building with deck building as a
Yeah.
mechanism, and it still feels different. Another reason why I
very
like it more than deck building is because you could just look in your bag and go, oh, I have too much of that, or like it's an instant kind of assessment of what you have. And cards usually they have all this stuff on it, like you can't just look at all of it and get this quick assessment like you can with your bag and
Sure,
suddenly go,
but a
what?
lot of games don't let you peek in your bag.
Mhm.
Like in Quacks, you're not allowed to look in your bag.
Oh, you're not?
Mm.
Oh,
No,
I didn't
I'm
know
pretty
that.
sure in Orleans you're not allowed to peek.
No,
in your
Orleans
bag.
you can. It says in the rules.
Really?
Mhm.
I just assumed. Damn.
Mm-mm. You can in Altiplano too. Same designer, so maybe that's why.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But in any case, you kind of get the feel of what you own a little bit better, I think. Anyway, for me.
Yeah.
So yep, bag building.
All right.
That's
we're
like
done.
BGG doesn't even have dexterity as a searchable. Like that's not even a mechanism.
That's so silly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, what's your number 2?
For me, it would be games that have a solo mode and are like a card game where cards overlap. I love those. So either a solo game or it has the solo mode and it has that mechanism of cards overlapping to do stuff. Like I had bought on Kickstarter, I had backed Cristello. I went and bought, I know you told me about it and I need it, okay? It's like, it's in the back of my mind. Next time I place an order, I will look into it. And then,
Like
yeah.
Honshu?
And then, pardon?
Is it like Honshu?
I've never played
Is
that.
that what that's called?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry.
But
didn't
yeah,
mean to-
like it's when you have to overlap certain portion of the cards and then you like expand, like Sprawlopolis or yeah, the one I played recently, Cafe, had that overlapping stuff. Orchard, yeah, like it's just I love that mechanism. I don't and it's a really really good one to play solo. So that's why if it has a solo mode or it's a solo game that has that, I'm gonna want it. So
Yeah, Orchard does that really well.
very.
Heather, is Dr. Shark the one with the shark that you snap at somebody? It's like a big wooden shark head, and it's got
she
some-
said it's from Antoine Boisa, which is almost an instant back for me too, because I
yeah. I'm
stuff.
curious because I think Jason pointed that one out at PAX at a used booth, and I think I got it.
Of course you did.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because he opened it up, he's like, "You got to see this," and he opened it up and he showed me this fucking shark that you slam at somebody when they're doing. Yeah.
Sure is. I'm looking it up
Cristallo.
now. I gotta see this thing because
I have that one.
Is Cristallo another card game that you put on top of each other?
it is. Yeah. It's so good. There's like the way that it works is that the cards have different gems. It's either like a single gem or a double or triple, and they have different colors. And so you're having to overlap in certain ways. and you're having to go and rescue these creatures that the dragon captured in these crystals. So basically, you're trying to unlock them all. And then at the end, so if you successfully unlock them all, then with the cards that you had remaining and the ones that were set aside, then you go and try and beat the dragon. So it works the same way, but you have like this final round to go and beat the dragon. It's so good. But it's a huge table hog. Like you look at the game comes in a deck box or whatever, and then it has some gems. And then once you start playing, you need like a massive table because you're really, really sprawling out far. So, but it's a good game. Hey, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Nope,
Oh no,
started
we
at the
did
same
start
time.
earlier. Well, yeah, sort of. We have the time difference.
Right. Some people weren't affected by the time difference. That's right.
Right. Yes.
We're masters of time and space, and we changed our clocks.
It's a waste. It's an absolute waste, and they should do away with it.
Yep. Agreed.
Well, do away with it now so that we have longer days. Don't do it whenever it becomes nighttime at 5 o'clock at night.
Sure.
No. You do away with it overall. Like, there's no reason to.
Basically,
Right,
what he's saying is that in the fall, just don't do it anymore. Like.
Oh, gotcha.
Leave it as it is now. Yeah.
That makes sense. Sense.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That could be a topic for another show.
Yeah,
as
any
well.
game I made. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. I did just talk about Corey's Hyperborea, and I think that one was underrated. I don't know if that one.
I've never played it.
Me
Good
neither.
bag builder.
Need to.
There's lots of games that are underrated.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
Well, especially now that like 30 to 500 great games come out a year now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
how many?
I'm given a spectrum for people who are, heavy collectors versus, normal people.
Yeah, a few years ago, the count was 3,300, 3,500 a year. I'm sure that's not all good, right? There's a lot of trash that comes out every year.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
Top 5 trash that came out this year. No, we're not going to do that.
Please don't. Oh, they don't have the time there. The time difference there. The
makes sense.
adjustment.
No, yeah.
Lucky you.
What about? I'm curious, Byron. Do you have one that comes to mind when you think of something that's underrated? Just drop it in the comments.
Who's number 2 is that?
That was me. The card overlapping stuff.
Yep. Mike,
So
number 2.
Worker placement.
Why do you say it? Worker placement.
There's so many damn worker placement games that come out, and it's like you put a thing and you get a thing, right? And it's how many times can you do it? And there's so many different ways that they do it, and it keeps getting me. Whether it's dice worker placement or like even Unsettled is technically worker placement, right? You're traveling through the world, but like your dice is it goes from 3 to 2 to 1, and then time, and your time is a thing. But like you're putting your die on a spot. The spot is telling you if the pips increase or decrease, which causes an effect. Like that mechanism of taking something in your supply and putting it somewhere to get something, whether it's there and I remove it to get something, or I'm putting it there and bumping somebody else, like whatever that whole thing does to me, I'm a sucker. I can't not. If I see worker placement, I'm fucked. Like
and dice placement, like you said, are really good. I really like, for example, in the Artemis project, your dice are your workers, basically, like in terms of your action. So you're using your dice to select your actions, and there is that bumping sort of mechanism, or like that like blocking. Basically, at some point, it's like if you've gone to this number, then now people can only get there with like higher numbers, and if they have a higher number, it means they go last because you were there first. So like that whole mechanism with dice as workers also is so good.
Have you played Alien Frontiers?
Yes, it's really good.
Are Euphoria?
Euphoria?
I have not. I have it.
It's really
Never
good.
played it. I use it for the bits.
Of course. Oh yeah, I've seen you use the dice before, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that, only with a small caveat. I guess kind of what you were saying though is that I want to see worker placement that does something different.
Sure.
If it's just straight up worker placement, I'm like, I already have a bunch of that, you know.
Yep.
Been there, kind of done that kind of. But every time they're like worker placement with a twist, and they tell me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's something different. So, yeah.
Mhm.
I was reaching out to Emerson Matsuchi, the designer of Reef and Century, and the topic came up about worker placement. And he's like, "Don't you think that's played out?" I'm like, what we know of worker placement is played out, right? But there's still designers that are going to make worker placement in a fun and unique way that we haven't thought of yet.
Yep.
Which would be great to be in front of that and come up with it, but it's not dead. It's always there's always room for a worker placement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like even taking it away, like taking the worker away gets you something. So you have it out there and then you remove them to get something, or like what Chris did in Troubles. Like you have worker placement, and in Waterdeep, it feels really shitty when someone's constantly going to the plinth and stopping you from getting what you need. But in Chris's game, it's like, yeah, you can bump somebody. Like you're never blocking anybody, right? So it takes those feel bads out of the game. And there's still stuff to do. It's just we got to figure it out.
I have played Pan Am. That has a little bit of different kind of worker placement to it too. It's pretty good. Yeah.
I bet you, Andrew, did you work on Pan Am?
Yeah, he probably did.
See,
I keep meaning to pick it up.
I really like Raiders of the North Sea. The swapping, like you're placing but taking a worker, and the limitation in terms of color and like where you can go with the like. I love that. I think it's so clever. I suck at it. I suck at the game. I've never won it, but I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little. Yeah. Well done.
Andrew, are you watching our show just to plug your games?
He doesn't have to. We're bringing him up anyway. That's what happens when you work on 50,000 games.
Yeah.
Alan's talking about viticulture. I've never played that one. I would love to, but I've never had
a chance. Grande worker. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was listening to someone talk about viticulture today or the other day, and I have the expansion. Starts with an E. I can't remember what it is now. But I have the expansion with it and stuff, and I never played it with the expansion. And I'm told that it's supposed to be like 10 times better or something with it. So now I'm thinking, now I got to go back. I haven't played it in so long. I might have to open up a rule book again.
You mean Tuscany?
Tuscany. E. See, it said E.
Yeah, no, there's a vowel. There's a vowel in there.
People say you have to play it with Tuscany now. It's like almost a must.
Yeah, I've only played it without Tuscany.
Oh, then yes. Yes, I think you should try it with it, because I've definitely heard it makes the game much better.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of modules in it, right? So is it just play with all of it? Or
I guess you can pick.
I don't know.
I want to meet Peter Lee at some point. I don't know where.
Ooh, Tyrant of the Underdark is that's one of those underappreciated games. That's on that list.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yep. It was really weird too, because it came out after the big successful Lords of Waterdeep, and I thought, oh, everybody's going to look at this now, and like it's crickets. Nobody looked at it, which I don't understand. It was a great deck builder.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we at my number 2?
We are.
Okay, so my number 2 are. This is a bit vague, but I'll I'll try to describe it better. But it offers that experience that hasn't been achieved yet. So what I mean by that is, like I've said this before, Dead of Winter for me is the ultimate zombie experience. I don't need any more zombie games. That hit it exactly on the head for me for what I ever wanted from a zombie game. So, but there's still so many, like I don't have one like that for Pirates. I don't have one like that for adventure fantasy, really. Unless you count D&D, you know. But there's a lot of stuff in there that like a lot of themes, like I just haven't had the ultimate one yet that goes, this is it. It's really rarity that the Dead of Winter is the one that I want for zombies. Right.
But how do you know that before you buy it?
What do you mean?
What is going to make you, because we're talking about insta buys, like how are you
Right.
going to
So
look at the game and be like, this is what I've been waiting for?
right. So sometimes, like, let's say I'll go to Kickstarter, I look on the back of a box off a shelf or something. When I look at it, there's going to be something on there that goes, this is what makes you truly feel like a pirate. And that instantly make me goes like, okay, I've been burned on it before, obviously, since I haven't found it yet. And there's a lot of things that claim that this is what makes you feel like a pirate. Um, but there's that thing on the back or the description or something like really like whatever it is, they've convinced me that this is going to be the one that makes me feel like I'm being a pirate or
Right.
whatever theme they're promoting.
Marketing.
Yeah. It is marketing, but I'm trying to look past that, obviously, because I do, some marketing stuff. And I know some of the tricks, but I tend to look at, the gameplay and some of that stuff. But
Thanks, Byron.
Yeah, it's always nice to see new people stopping by, subscribing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't do the like subscribe thing at all. Oh well, people know that.
Well, we just did. Byron just helped us. Byron just
Thank
is
you.
advertising to subscribe, like Byron did.
Exactly.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I could
but
see
yeah,
that.
yeah, like I said, it's vague because I can't tell you. Oh, it's every time they show a pirate ship that makes me think I'm going to be a pirate, But
Oh, you got him. You got him, Chris. Instabuy.
that's it right there. No, I'm not saying the theme itself is the instant buy. It has to make me think that I'm going to be feeling that it's the ultimate version of that theme.
I mean, you could put, just to play devil's advocate, you can put anything you want on the box to say that, right? Like, put the trigger words, put the mechanisms,
Sure.
and be like, this is, and then you get to gameplay, and it's just a shit show on the table. And
well, so to be fair, on the back of a box, I skipped the first paragraph of whatever that is, especially if it's all italics. I don't want to read your marketing theme thing. I want to read the part that goes, this is where it's a deck builder, blah, 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 where they talk a little bit about the mechanisms.
Right.
Same thing for Kickstarters. When I see it, the artwork and stuff at the top, before I even hit go on the video, I scroll down for those step 1, do this on your turn, step 2, do the gameplay stuff, right? So, but that's the stuff that makes me go, ooh, this looks like I'll be doing stuff as a pirate or a gremlin or whatever theme it is they're trying to sell me, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, it's vague, but that is what I'm looking for. And if I feel like I have a chance at achieving it, I'm going to grab that game.
And then it'll never reach that point for you.
Well, like I said, it has in zombies, so it's possible.
Sure. Did you ever play the Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter version?
Mm-mm. I mean, I doubt that's going to make me feel like Western. I will tell you, Western Legends is very close to the Western one. It's like 95% there.
What was Richard's Legend of the Final Frontier?
I don't know that one.
Oh, should look into it.
All right, we're on to number 1.
On to number 1.
All right. For me, I'm a sucker for rolling rights or flipping rights. They're really hard to pass. I mean, I've passed up on a couple that seemed a little on the heavy side, like Hadrian's Wall or I forget. Oh man, what's the other one? There's another one that came out that was heavy, and but like now I'm seeing everybody receive Three Sisters, and I'm thinking, damn it!
I just got that this weekend.
I know. Anyways, yeah, I'm seeing everybody receiving that, and it just makes me want it. And I just got out of a weekend where my sister and I played 6 rolling right, flipping rights. Basically, we went through all of the ones that I have here, and I don't know. it's just so fun to me. Just it's light, it's easy to teach people, and I just love those games. So as long as there's meaningful decisions, I mean, I'll still play Yahtzee with my mom. That's fine. Um, but as long as there's meaningful decisions, I will enjoy it. So it's easy for me to get those games. Yeah.
That's I laughed a little bit when you said it because it was basically like one of my number 7 or number 8s of hard passes from last week. Just because I've had so many of them, and I feel like I've I feel like I've hit the roof for
Oh
my enjoyment.
no, gosh, no. Yeah,
For my personal subjective enjoyment. That's why this group works. We got
Yeah.
different tastes. It's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was mine.
Oh, do you count Yahtzee as a roll and write? I mean,
Yeah.
I know technically you roll dice and then you write
And then you
a
write.
number. Yeah, yeah, I
Yep.
guess so. I never really thought about it that way. But
It's to me
Yeah,
that's the like one of the founding game of
Yeah.
roll and rights. Yeah.
you're right. Sounds right.
All right. That's mine.
Does anyone want to guess my number 1?
Arkham Horror.
No.
That's always your number 1, isn't it?
I mean, sure. If it says Arkham Horror Files on it, like I'm gonna get
I
it.
don't know. I almost think for you it might be something where like you flick stuff or you like there's something you throw.
Nope.
Hold on, let me guess. It has story to it.
It could.
Anything Star Wars?
Boom.
Well, that's IP related.
Star Wars. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's Star Wars. Like there's certain IP that I won't get. Right? Like I'm not gonna jump into certain stuff. But man, if it's got, I have 3.
There you go.
A New Hope. Well, yeah, that's also a weakness. That's more like kryptonite for me, though, Heather. Jason's like, you got to see this. Like, fuck, add it to the pile. God damn it. I have A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi game. I don't know how they play because they're in Spanish. I saw them on a geek list, and I'm like, I need those, and I have them, and I haven't a clue how they fucking play.
No habla español?
Nope. I mean, I could Google translate it, but.
Oh, that's funny. Well,
If
that's
it's
like
Star
when
Wars-
when we saw the announcement for the Villainous that's coming out. I don't have a Villainous game. This is going to be the one. I want those. Like I need those.
Yep.
Yeah, I jumped into Villainous too early and got the Disney ones. I like the Disney ones, but now they with the Marvel and all
I
the new
mean,
stuff.
Isma, like her,
Yeah.
oh, it's amazing. Yeah. But yeah.
Yep.
I hear
And
you.
I'm not a fan of Villainous. I've never played it. I've watched it played, and I've been told how it plays,
There you go.
and I
Okay.
don't. Okay. Perfect.
There you go.
I just know too much about Villainous overstaying its welcome. Like it's too long. But man, they're putting Star Wars on it, and I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Like I have Villainous. Yeah, I point like you can see it. And I have when they get the Target exclusive sleeves, like I order it from Target because I want the collection, but I won't play them. Star Wars, like I need to have it because it's Star Wars.
I actually wonder if they're going to do. We should ask Andrew. I'm sure he worked on it. I actually wonder if they're going to do as well as the Disney ones because, so with the Disney ones, when you play your villain, you have a deck of the hero that comes along and messes with you. But like in Star Wars, I guess you'll have. How many villains have their own specific hero? You know what I mean?
So it's a really good question because I know we talked to Andrew about the Dark Side Rising and how he was restricted to using the certain ones from the certain timeline. And this one, the Villainous Star Wars, whatever they're calling it, I don't know if it's called that. They seem to be all over the place, right? One character is Ventress, one's Gideon, one's Vader, one's Krennic. I don't know who the other one is.
Ren,
There's two others, but I feel like that
Kylo,
is exactly
I
why
thought
they had a
Kylo Ren was in there too.
who?
Kylo Ren. I thought
Kylo. Yeah. There's five
Yeah.
though, right?
Vader, Ventress. Oh, the one with the robot thing.
Oh,
was-
Grievous,
Oh, Grievous.
Thank you.
not Krennic.
And
So
then
each
Okay,
one
so
of them.
there's a good example. Okay, Ventress. What would you say her hero is? Probably Obi-Wan and
Obi-Wan.
Anakin. You know.
yeah,
So
Well, Obi
wouldn't that
would be
also
Grievous,
be
though.
for? Wouldn't that also be the case for Dooku or for Grievous as well? Whereas
yeah.
in the Disney ones, like Little Mermaid is Ursula's,
Sure.
and then
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like your own little world whenever you're playing the Disney ones.
Would it be a whole new world?
Hold on, how do I boot you out of?
I don't know, but Heather. So Heather just said that Marvel has a communal heroes.
Oh,
So that's probably what they're doing then.
There you go.
oh, that's
Then
actually kind of interesting.
Probably going to be a communal Jedi deck.
Damn it! Now I might have to get the Marvel ones.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, the Marvel.
I've avoided it because Villainous is kind of we've played it a few times and then nobody wants to play it anymore. Although I want to play it more because I'm interested in playing all of them and trying to do well with them. But it just didn't catch on in my group, so I didn't get the Marvel one or anything. But now I kind of want to get the Marvel one.
I wonder if they'll play it the same way.
I don't
Pardon?
know.
Yeah, see, it won't be like Marvel. So you could have like Dooku could be Yoda. Like if you are going to do specific heroes, Dooku would be Yoda, Grievous would be Kenobi, Ventress would be. It would be weird if they did Anakin because Vader is the bad guy.
Yeah.
So maybe it would be Ahsoka,
Maybe.
and then you got Gideon would be the Mandalorian, and Vader.
She only
would be
faced
Luke.
Ahsoka once.
Well, who else would Ventress be? Not Maul.
She's fought Anakin more than.
I'm
Yeah, but
saying
Anakin's-
remove Anakin out because Vader is a bad guy. Like Vader's
Yeah.
a character.
Vader's a bad guy. Anakin's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that.
No.
I don't
Nope.
think they would do that.
And yes, I worked on Marvel. No,
Of course.
love it. I love it. Wait, so did you work on Star Wars, Villainous?
I don't know because he seems pretty confident that it's not going to be like
Yeah.
Marvel.
He
So
at
you
least
know
knows what's
things.
going on with it.
Andrew, you know things. Spill the beans.
Tell us things.
Send him the link. We have questions.
Come into our Discord after the show and tell us things.
Yeah, so I think if it's not going to be like Marvel, they could split it up, like time it, but they could split it up where Dooku's got Yoda, and I don't know who Ventress would have. I don't think it could be Anakin. It would
Right,
just be weird.
Even if it was, though, it would all feel like the same kind of world. And the one thing I liked about Villainous is that the next time I play, I can play in a totally different world.
Yeah.
So, but as far as one world goes, Star Wars is one of my favorites, right? So,
Yep,
that's
why it's my
really
number
too
one.
much of a complaint. Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right,
mean, if it is Vader and Luke, then you're either in the Emperor's throne room or you're on Bespin. I don't know. If it's Gideon and Mandalorian, right? Like it would feel different. I think it would feel different.
All right. So that was your number one.
Yep. So my number one is a Civilization game.
Really?
Yep. So there aren't a ton of them that are actually really good. Anakin versus Sebulba. Yes.
Is that Eric? Is that
Well,
Eric?
yeah,
Eric, is that you?
Thanks for affirming.
Oh, that's awesome. Eric,
Yeah,
how you doing, man? I miss you.
Cancel? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but yeah, we met him a while back.
Eric. Eric's a good egg. I like Eric.
He's fun.
We should have Eric on the show. Eric, we're gonna talk. We're gonna have you on the show.
Cool.
Yes.
So my number one is Civilization games. Surprisingly, there aren't a ton of them that really look like they do it well, and some of them overcomplicate things. And by Civilization, I don't mean it has to be the whole Sid Meier's big heavy thing and stuff. Like if it's Beyond the Sun is kind of a Civilization game, it focuses more on on like building tech out and stuff. Some 4X games are Civ games, and that's fine. I always want the 4X games. I can never ex, execute. Is that what
Yep.
it is?
You
Execute.
make them up.
Yeah. Basically, there's fighting, there's doing resources, there's exploring, and there's
Exterminating.
exterminate. Yeah, that's the fighting one. And then there's the technology one, expanding or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fighting part is always the part I don't care about in 4Xs, and 4Xs always focus on that. So, but the ones that kind of lean more heavily into the civilization part, I like those.
Like
I've talked
Tapestry.
about Civilization: A New Dawn before, is one of my favorite games. Anything that feels like you're building like a culture, Genties is a good one. That you're like building a culture and kind of expanding it over the years, and so it's just fascinating to me. It's like a not anthropomorphic, like a it's just I'm interested in like the societies and the cultures getting built out and technology growth and stuff like that. So,
But once you play Tapestry, isn't Tapestry like the Dead of Winter of zombie games for your Civ?
no, unfortunately, I do like Tapestry, but it's not a civilization game really.
It
It's
says it. Tapestry,
yeah.
a civilization game.
It's
Look
well,
at
he has said himself that it's kind of Civ light, and it is. It's very, it's almost abstracty feeling as far as it goes. But I do like it, and one of the reasons why I like it is because the fighting part is actually kind of in the distance, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Nice.
That's a good one.
There you go. You got a friend, Alan.
I've attempted to design Civ games before, and they always fall apart for me.
Mm.
So someday I might get one, but I don't have one in my head right now. So
Interesting. There's something that since we've gone through our top fives, there in the post I made on BGR, somebody brought up theirs, which was it was an interesting thing to have as an instaback, but it was games with what they refer to as functional gimmicks or components. So something like the pyramid in Camel Up, which is like some contraption that is unique, or like I'm thinking of like that in the spill, like that thing where you're dropping the dice and it will split them up, like something like that is unique. I could see how that would be a draw.
oh, I'm even a sucker for like the cheap little dice tower that's in Wingspan. Like I was just like, oh, it's got a cute thing in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I thought, yeah, I could see that. The games that like if it has something like that that brings something new, just like a cool contraption.
There was a cool I think they put a video of something in there where they shook it up and then pushed a button and little cubes came out. It was in that same post. Someone
Yes, he did. Yeah, he linked a video to something like that.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I was like, okay, I want whatever that is.
Yeah.
Wait, which game was that?
The tree in Everdell. Yep. The marble dispenser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But there is a debate on whether that tree is actually required or not. I guess you don't need dice towers either, though. So
I personally don't like the tree just because you have to put it too far, and there are things on there that you gotta read. And to me, that's like that was poor planning. I wish it was different.
It's good with a 2-player game.
No,
because you put the tree pretty much in between.
Like I couldn't read what was up there. Like it's just not ideal. Like it looks cool, but it's not ideal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the marble dispenser and gizmos. That's a good one. Also in Potion Explosion.
Yeah,
those are fun.
So yeah, I could see that being a draw for sure.
Tower in the Edge of Darkness. I don't know that one.
Oh yeah. That's the one that's like Mystic Vale, where you're putting the cards in.
Okay.
And then they go on the tower, and the tower, you drop them in, and they could go into 3 different sections.
Oh, okay. That sounds vaguely familiar. I think I've only seen it, though. I haven't played it.
Yeah. Reminding me of the Dinosauria that we played at the gathering, right?
The volcano thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was
Dinosauria.
thematically.
Dinosauriers?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
It's an
know.
old game, but we had a fucking blast playing it. But it's got this volcano, and you have these red marbles, and your red marbles, you can spend your red marble to reroll when shit doesn't go your way, but you drop them into the top of the volcano, which is opposite of how volcanoes work. And in prehistoric times, they actually worked this way.
Sure.
But when you drop them in, there's this little divider, and either they come back out and they'll be distributed later on, or they're gone forever. So it depends on which way it goes. Yeah, Andrew played it.
Yep.
It was great.
Oops.
So much fun.
That was a blast.
Yep, it was really good.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
only seen videos of that.
So
And
anyways,
that's funny. Jeremy mentioned the dungeon crawler, and somebody in that post that you made had put, if it has the word dungeon, there, it's an instant back for them.
yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I could see how there would be descriptors used in either Kickstarters or on the box that could draw you instantly to get something. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a good.
Cool.
That was a good list.
So a Star Wars dungeon Spanish game would be right up your alley.
I mean, Imperial Assault is a Star Wars dungeon crawler, right?
You know, I've only played the intro part to that.
I still need to. I just recently. I don't know if Luke is watching, but I recently acquired everything for it. Someone was selling it all. I already have the base. I already had a dozen or so of the character expansions and one of the box expansions. And I saw somebody post they had all of it, all 40 characters, all 6 box expansions.
And if I ever want to get rid of all my games, I know who to call.
Yep, please. The event we're having this weekend is going to suck for me because I cannot stop myself. But yeah, that would be a dungeon crawler, right? The only thing that really bothers me about it, which sucks, is I want to be Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like I want to play as Hera and Chopper. I don't want them to be shuffled in a deck and maybe they come out. Like that seemed weird for a $15 ask that you might not ever see. I guess you could house rule it and take out card once you see them, get them out, so you know you're going to see the characters. And I guess using Luke, the Jedi Knight version, he just collapsed everybody like with nothing. So I get it would be overpowered, right? Like using somebody like that, but it kind of sucks.
Who doesn't want to be Ahsoka?
Seriously.
That's the question.
Like, there's got to be, I'm sure there's fan stuff done where you can, like, there's a board. She'd be OP. Like, she definitely would be strong, but. Yep. I did.
Oh, that's funny.
He's like, what do you think? I'm like, I'd take those two.
How do you even remember? Do you buy stuff sometimes forgetting that you already have it?
All right, you're going to judge me.
No, I've already judged you.
I buy stuff either I don't want to go looking for it or I don't know where it is. And
Okay,
I'll buy
I'm judging you.
But then
Like,
that's
I know
the
it's
thing,
at the
if he
storage
has
unit.
if you have 2 copies, it goes to the QSCon library.
Right, but I also got myself in trouble because I know there's one here. I know there's one in the QSCon library, but I know I can get it like either in Jason's store and play it like tomorrow and not have to find it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I've done it before where I'm like, well, it's only like, what did I buy recently? I bought Sushi Go Sushi Roll and Bosk. I bought somebody who was selling them. They were inexpensive, and I'm like, I always want another copy of Bosk. And I have Sushi Party or Sushi Roll or whatever the hell that one is. I mean, I appreciate that, Steven. Thank you.
Stephen, you have to come to QSCon in the fall, just saying.
So before we begin Michael's intervention,
Are we doing an episode like that where it's going to be like we're going to have a banner intervention?
No.
I don't know if any of us has the right to tell someone not to buy board games.
Yeah, people
Nah.
have tried.
So.
It won't work. I'm too stubborn.
I got new games. I'll talk about them real quick. I haven't played them yet, but I got these in the mail.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Fun stuff.
Haven't got a chance to. Speak of the trait artwork, I have
Oh,
that.
okay.
Haven't
Yeah.
tried it yet.
That's a heavy box too. That's deceiving.
I can put it down there. And then I just got this in the mail,
Oh, nice. I'm getting mine tomorrow.
so we'll see how that goes.
You feel like a pirate. You got to play it with an eye patch, or else you won't feel like a pirate.
That's right. Gotta say R. I won't feel like a pirate. I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did originally. So was that?
Thanks, Jeremy.
Oh.
Yeah, Jeremy.
See where your priorities are.
All right, let's do my
Oh.
trivia.
Yeah, trivia.
Do it.
Board game
Let's
trivia.
do this. I went and found 20 questions for you two to answer.
How do we write it down? Do we first
do it
person
on
to
your-
answer?
Yeah, do it on your whiteboard.
Okay. And
And
comments you can answer as well. We've got like maybe a 10, 15 second delay. So
what you should do is you two should hide your comments.
okay,
And
that means
I
that
can
we
just-
can't pop them up though.
Sure.
Well, we can go back and forth, right? When we're done
Yeah.
answering, we can open it up.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. So
All right, fair enough. I have no comments on my screen.
No
all
comments.
right.
No comments.
God, what is going on? Why am I all the way over there?
I don't know. All right. So there are 20 questions, and 2 of them have an opportunity for a bonus.
Do we need
These are-
our
These are all
our
board games.
buzzers?
No, you don't. You're gonna write your own answer, and then you can buzz if you want. I'm not gonna prohibit
Can we just
the use
can we
of
just
light.
lightsaber battle them?
I mean, mine doesn't stop. Remember, if I hit this button, it'll be held to
Right.
turn off. So.
Then that
Because
means I won.
somebody doesn't know how to turn it off demo mode. Because you would think it'd be an easy fix, but
Do we have the same one? Vader? Yeah, we do.
yeah, we do. Wait, so where's your demo mode switch?
I don't know. Is there a demo mode?
That's
That's
what you
what you
told.
were
Hit your
saying.
button. Turn yours on.
Yeah, it's working fine.
And you have to hit the button to shut it off?
Yeah.
Mine didn't do that.
Well, see, you got to be one with the Force.
Yeah, maybe you
I'm
need
just-
some training.
I'm just not a dark side user,
You need some training.
apparently.
All right.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I don't.
need to-
I don't.
You need a writing utensil and your board. Let's do this.
All right.
All right. Question number 1.
This is gonna
What
suck.
is the highest geek rated competitive game on BGG? Because number 1 and number 2 are co-ops. So
Mhm.
on the BGG list, if you follow the geek rating,
Ugh,
what is the top competitive game in there?
I should have cheated and went and gone look at BGG before this, knowing that you were doing trivia.
Nope.
Just a second. Let me click her in.
Nope.
Okay. Wow. Right. Man. I was like, I have it, and then you said competitive. Are you going off the? No, sorry, did you say the hotness or rated ever?
Pardon?
Are you going off the hotness or like the rated ever thing?
I'm going off of the
Because the hotness changes. quite a bit.
geek rate. So when you go
Okay.
and browse board games, all of them, they rank them. So what is the top competitive?
Is the person who gets closest to it going to get the point?
Well, you have to get the name of the
Yeah.
game.
I don't think I have it. All right.
All right, what did you write?
Viticulture?
No. And
Whichever game is number 3.
Yeah. And I realized, okay, so I actually gave the bonus, so you guys will get the bonus. I forgot that I was asking what ranking it is afterwards as a bonus. It is number 3, but yeah, I already mentioned that. So you're both getting a point, but no, it's Brass Birmingham.
What?
That's
Yeah.
number 3? Wow.
What?
Yeah.
No, viticulture is better
Yep.
than that.
No, it's not.
I mean,
Go look it up later. if you
I'm
want.
I'm not arguing that it's not like that on the list. I'm arguing that the list is wrong.
Oh, well. It's geek rating versus average rating, perhaps, but no, viticulture is much lower. Okay, question 2. This is a game we play all the time. What is the player count? And I want the full range for the game Colorful.
Fuck.
I protest. I don't own this game.
And this is my caring face.
Looks very much like your normal face.
Yeah. And Michael is correct. It's 2-6. Sorry about your luck, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I almost put 3-6 because I didn't know if it played 2, but there's
Yeah.
no reason why it shouldn't play 2. So
Yeah, it
Oh,
does.
let me check the comments here.
Yep, people are guessing it. 2-6. Just a little bit.
Oh, Alan had brass. Look at that.
wow.
Yeah.
2-6.
There you go.
2-16. Eric.
It could be.
Well, I mean,
All
on the box it's 2-6, but it only gets harder if you add more people, and all you need are the color cards to play. Really?
Okay, question 3. In what year did Concordia come out?
Oh, Chris.
I'm just gonna.
Nope. I go here.
Ooh. All right.
What's your answers? And Michael?
Ooh.
It was 2013. So close.
Ah. Ooh.
Was that Price is Right rules? Did I get it?
No, you didn't get it. It's not that far out that you should have gotten it.
Yeah, I almost did 2014, and I talked myself closer.
Chris should lose a point because it's one of his favorite games. I don't own it, and I played it once.
It's my second favorite game.
I say deduct a point for him not knowing when the year that came
What?
out.
He's already
No.
behind. Okay. Question 4. Name the 2 felines featured on the box cover of Ark Nova.
Oh, come on.
I've never
Come on,
played
think
this
about it.
game. I want to.
It's brand new. You've seen the cover lots these days. Think about it.
Can I phone a friend?
No. And while you think about it, I'm just going to mention how people are willing to overlook the fact that it's photographed animals slapped on a cover when everybody complains about real photographs in board games. Just putting it out there.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I've never looked at the cover well enough.
I had to zoom to go and see what animals were on there to make sure that I didn't, because I didn't know how I was going to word my question. So there are 2 felines on there. What are they? Show me. Yes. You're both correct.
Lions and tigers and bears. I almost put puma
There is a bear.
because I like saying puma.
There's a bird. I don't know what it is. And yes, Alan is right. There's an elephant as well. But yeah, look
Oh, I
it up.
definitely knew there was an elephant. It's right.
And
Dead
it's a
center.
it's like photographed images that were basically photoshopped and slapped together in the middle. But people are going crazy over it.
I like the graphic design. That'll be interesting to see. I want to see what Corey doesn't like about the graphic design.
All right. Question 5.
Turned off comments. Okay.
Who published Twilight Imperium 4th edition? Who is the publisher?
You said 4th edition, like it's different from the 3rd
No,
edition.
it's just that's the one that's on the BGG list.
Just being
okay.
specific.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's the same publisher for all of them. Okay, who is it? It is Fantasy Flight. Correct.
It's Fantasy Flight Games. Just saying.
Well,
Yeah,
you didn't write that. You wrote FFG, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be complaining too much.
FFG
Fantasy
And
Flight.
you know how Katya feels about
acronyms. Correct. I should take a point off
Yes.
just for that.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
No. You
Minus
wouldn't do
one.
it for him. No.
Minus point for acronyms right there.
No.
All right.
I'm just trying to
Question?
save my dry erase marker so it lasts all 20 questions. That's all.
Sure. Okay, question 6. In the game Istanbul, how many assistant discs do you start the game with under your merchant? So your merchant's the one with the face, and then you have those discs that allow you to move. How many do you start with?
Isn't there a line on the cover of the game you just said for the last one? Just
One of the
watched it.
races. Yeah. From
It's like a
Twilight
line.
Imperium. Yeah.
Twilight Imperium. Yeah.
He's on the same guy as on the same character as on Rex too. Whatever that one's called.
All right. Istanbul, show me your answers.
I need to play Istanbul because there's almost a guarantee there's a question. Every time you do trivia, Istanbul's in there.
It's so good.
It's so
4.
good. Yeah.
It is 4. You're both correct.
If you get the blue power, you could get your
That is
5th
as
disc.
well. Yep.
You can't complain if you get it right.
I totally guessed.
Good
But
guess.
yeah, someday I'll show you the game. It's really good.
It's a great game. I have it on mobile. It plays pretty well against the
It
AI.
does. It does.
I have it. I have the dice game too.
The
Question.
dice game's pretty good. It's a little different. It's not as good.
Yeah, no, it's you have to like do the movements. That's the beauty of the game. That's
Yeah,
where
the
it's really-
movements is what really makes it good.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, question 7. Who designed the games Trojan and Bonfire?
Oh.
Same dude. So you don't have to look for 2 names. Just saying. What do you got? It is. I made them too easy this time.
You felt bad for us from last time.
Maybe.
Yeah. What's
All
the
right.
score right now?
I'm winning.
Michael is at 6 and you're at 5. Question 8. What is the player count? Again, I want the full range. What is the player count in Thanos Rising?
Shit.
I just said I hadn't played it.
I mean,
All right. What are you?
there's no reason it can't be 1 to 4.
It's 2 to 4.
Oh.
So Michael's right.
But you can play it solo. You just rock 2 characters. It's just with Batman. Although Batman says 1 to 5. But you play 2 characters.
All right.
God,
Question
we got to
9.
get you Thanos Rising.
I know. Well, I said, I wanted that for the longest time, but now the Avatar's coming out. Like, that's the one I would want out of all of them. Even though there's a Star Wars one, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that one's hard to get to. It's not even in the country.
Yeah,
I mean, it
but
is in the country, but you can't
No, but
buy
it's
it.
in your. Yeah.
I don't have any games of Avatar, though, and I love that series so much that
Mhm.
I even backed the RPG knowing I wasn't going to play it because I didn't like the system, but I loved the lore so much that came with it that I wanted.
All right. Question 9. Which one of these games was not published by Capstone Games?
Ooh, multiple choice.
Well, sort of. Yeah.
Well, one choice.
There are 4. So which one was not published by Capstone? Atlantis Rising, Cooper Island, Boone Lake, or Maracaibo?
Can you say them again, please?
No.
Atlantis Rising, Cooper Island, Boone Lake, or Maracaibo? We have the same board, Michael.
It's because I haven't. It's always here,
Yeah,
just
no.
in case I ever need it.
Mine's
Right.
from the OG.
Your answers, because Alan has it. It's Atlantis Rising.
Almost. That was my second guess.
Michael.
I did not know. I know Atlantis Rising is not. I did not know Cooper Island was.
Atlantis Rising is Elf Creek Games.
Elf Creek. Yep. Well, the second edition, right? The first edition was not Elf Creek.
I wouldn't know.
Letting you know.
The more you know. Yeah, Alan had it. All right. Question 10.
That's like saying Stonemeyer did Libertalia. Like Libertalia was not Stonemeyer. The new Libertalia is Stonemeyer. The new Atlantic Rising is Elf Creek. The original is
Stonemeyer did Libertalia Winds of Gilcrest.
right.
Different
It
game.
looks like a 2. That's weird.
All right.
Oh yeah, it does.
Next question. What is the color of the poker chip
Oh,
of the wild gem in Splendor?
Come on.
Oh my god. It's been like 5 years since I've opened that box. Wild
You said,
gem.
come on, and you wrote so fast that I think you already knew the answer.
I haven't
It's
written
not
it.
that bad.
No, me. I was
here.
complaining about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for show.
What is the color?
Yes.
Is that
The
what
color
you're
of the
asking me?
chip.
You're asking me about the color. I don't know.
Show
This-
I
me.
mean, hold on.
Hey, you can't change your answer.
No, I'm adding to it because I don't know. I mean, it's technically one thing, but the color is different. So
I said the color of the poker chip.
I know.
Okay. Show me your answers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take the gold yellow.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
white. So Matt had it.
Like it's gold, but the chip is yellow.
Yes, I was asking for the chip. But anyways. In the game Santorini, what level do you have to climb to in order to win the game on the buildings? All right, show me your answers. It is 3.
Does that say
Chris.
350?
Third.
Oh,
Chris, you're having a rough go. It's 10-5.
well, to be honest, well, I won't complain. Go ahead.
I'm
You
trying
and Mike,
to...
you and
I'm-
Mike share a lot more games than you and I do.
Pardon?
This is true.
You and Mike share a lot more games than you and I do.
I don't know if he has that one. Like I'm going, when I make these, I go off a lot of BGG stuff or well-known games.
Yeah, that's fine. I played it once. I have no excuse for not getting that.
All
Good
right.
one. The New York one is good too. I don't know if you played the New York Santorini, but that one's really good.
No, I heard it has different,
Hmm?
like a little, it's like it actually works differently.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Neat.
Gold isn't really a color anyway.
Shiny yellow.
It's a
All right.
mineral.
Question 12. Who designed the games Clank and Dune Imperium? Well, look at that. He's going to get a recognition after the show then. He should have his name known after designing 2 popular games like that. Somebody in the audience had it, so if you don't have your answer. Show me your answer, Chris.
Dustin the designer, whoever. No idea.
Andrew had it. It's Paul Denon. No points awarded.
Nope. I had
All right.
nothing.
In the game,
Yeah, and I love Dune. I should have looked at that.
in the game Wreck Raiders, which of the following is
Sorry,
not
in the game, what?
Wreck Raiders?
I've never even heard of it, so go ahead.
Okay, it's about you're diving to get treasures and stuff like that. Wreck raiders. Which of these is not a player color? Is it dark teal, seafoam green, burnt orange, or purple?
At least I got multiple choice on it.
This is true. Oh, that's funny. No, no. Dark teal is a color, and so is seafoam green.
Is it
It's
purple?
It's the burnt orange. There is no orange in the game.
Oh, well, that's why I've never heard of it. You got to have orange in the game.
That's an Instaback. If orange is a color, Chris is buying it.
If orange is a main color, yeah.
Yeah, you should have said that. Totally.
I should have.
Okay, next question. How many types of goods are in the... Sorry. How many types of goods are there in the game Jaipur?
Goods?
Goods, like the row of the stacks of colored things you can buy, basically.
Okay.
There are how many types?
All right.
Show me your answers. It is 6. Well done. It is now 11-6.
Because the camels, technically,
No, but they're not a goods.
They're not goods. Yeah.
they can be traded, just like goods.
Do you want to change your answer to 7?
No. I'll take the point for
You're
6. I'm
changing
just saying.
All right. Question 15. Which of these is not a city on the map of the original Ticket to Ride? Okay. Is it Seattle, Toronto, El Paso, or Philadelphia?
Can you say them again, please?
Is it Seattle,
Seattle.
Toronto, El Paso, or Philadelphia? One of those is not on the map of Ticket to Ride.
Trying to think of conversations I've had with Alan about cities he doesn't like, but nothing's coming to mind.
All right. Oh, and you chose Toronto in there? That's so harsh. Actually, Chris gets the point. It's Philadelphia.
I thought it was just like United States based.
Nope. No, because it even has Sault Ste. Marie, which is like more North Ontario. It's got Winnipeg.
Okay.
I was surprised when I looked at the map. I didn't know either. But I figured you should know that.
I wasn't sure about Seattle, but I knew El Paso was, and I knew that
All right.
Toronto was.
On the box of Unsettled, what color is the title written in?
That game I haven't seen.
Isn't it multiple colors? Or written multiple ways? Like,
Nope. I'm referring to the box that has the massive thing of fuchsia on it. Like it's got some pink.
They have like 50 boxes of different colors, don't they?
Well, that's the
All
main one.
all the planets, not the base game.
Again, I went by BGG image, so don't blame me. Chris is correct. It's white. Yep, it's white. See?
And it had to be because they used all those different colors on different boxes. So
It could have been gray or black. I don't know.
thought it was yellow on one side and white on the other, but
No.
Hmm.
All right. Who is the host of the YouTube series Things Get Dicey?
oh my god, I just lost it.
Yeah, that's definitely a Mike question. He remembers names. I don't know names. People don't like me like they like Mike.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. I also probably have more haters than you. So.
Nah. All right. What are your answers?
I don't know.
It is Deming. It's Paula Deming.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen them at all? Her videos?
I don't think so.
It's funny.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, she's good.
Oh, is she the one that does the skits?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just didn't know the name of the channel. Yeah, I subscribed to it. I just didn't know the name of it.
Yeah. She had one that I saw that was so relatable, and I'm pretty sure it was Scythe that she was putting away. And it was just basically when you put away a game and then you realize that there's one thing you forgot to put in the box and you got to open it back up. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm reliving some nightmare experiences because I've done that so many times.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. Okay, question 18. What animal is on the cover of the game Takenoko? And the bonus point, there's a bonus point attached to it. I'm just going to wait. So what animal is it, first of all? Okay. Show me. It's a panda. And what color is the panda's umbrella?
There's a parasol.
Whatever.
It's true.
It is pink. Okay. So it's 15-10.
This next one is worth 6 points.
No. Question 19. Who is the small publisher behind the Flux games? Our audience is very good with the panda and the pink.
They have the internet.
Come on. They're paying attention.
Don't disparage the audience.
I'm kidding. God, the company is in the country too. They're US based.
Keep talking. Yeah, I don't know.
Give them an A.
All right. The audience has it. Looney Labs.
All right, doesn't begin with an A.
I was thinking it started with an L.
No points. Yeah, you were already in the right direction.
Eh.
Last question. There is a symbol on the cover of the box of the game, an anachrony. What shape is that symbol?
Can you do that again with your hands?
There is a symbol on the box.
All right, let me just stretch and think it out.
Over here. Look over here.
Let me look at my screen.
Yeah.
What shape is the symbol?
What shape is the symbol? Like the overall shape.
Are we drawing it?
No, you're just
Yes.
telling me the shape. It's a shape. Don't look at the comments. Because the comment section got it. All right, show me your answers.
Not a sphere, huh?
No, it's a triangle.
I mean,
You're kind of close with the pyramid. I'll give it to you.
I'm not winning anyway. Give me the triangle.
Yeah, it's an overall triangle, and it has smaller triangles in it. But the overall shape is, yeah, Andrew, you would have done really well. It was easier though this week. I don't want to tell you that you're not smart. I'm just saying it was a lot easier this week.
Good thing I am.
I'm not smart for not
the
getting.
final score is 15-11. That's too high.
Dude, what was last time? It was like 3-2. Wasn't it?
No, normally
that
it's about half. Normally it's about like half of the amount of questions you're about. Yeah, the winner's about at half, which is a good ratio.
Yeah, the problem on here is the ones I was sure about. Mike also had. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I didn't guess well. You said you guessed on the Istanbul one and you got it. So
I did.
that's a good one.
I did.
All right.
I didn't guess well where I had to guess.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I'll get him next time. He wins too many of these games.
I
That
know
was
he
good. That was
does.
fun.
He's been on a winning streak lately. I don't like it.
It happens.
You should make the trivia questions about how the game plays, since he never really even opens the games that he buys.
This is false. I opened them.
Oh, I know. I should do a what did I just punch trivia.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
fun.
That would screw me up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, just show the punched out boards, not the pieces that are in them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The leftover board. Yeah.
Oh, I brought this on the show to show you this week.
Oh, cool. I already put mine in another room.
I know. I'm saying. He's usually upstairs, and I brought him down for the show. I don't know if you can see him. Where is he?
I see him.
Yeah, we could see him.
Yeah. Okay. Really tiny.
And now we do your game.
Yes. All right. This is where the other camera comes in.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want me to bring it in?
You can, yeah. We'll start using it.
So we're doing a worst case scenario.
We are.
Can
Modify.
you give me a second. I'll be right back.
Sure, good. I'll give you all the answers while Chris isn't watching.
Okay, go for it.
Perfect. All right, so the first answer is going to be 1. Then 2.
Hold on, I'm going to take notes.
Then 3. Then 5. Then 4.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So it's not like the Spaceballs combination to his luggage.
No, an idiot would have on the luggage. That's not.
I need to watch that movie again soon.
So good.
It's so good.
They have a hockey jersey. Spaceballs, the hockey jersey that I want to get. Yeah.
Well, I want to get the Spaceballs, the Christmas sweater.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is that when it said, like the one that I found that says Spaceballs, the official Christmas sweater, it's a freaking t-shirt. It's not even a sweater. So it's like, well, this is useless.
Yep.
Like I want an actual sweater. But yeah, that's the one I want to get.
So many cool things.
Yep.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. Bathroom break, maybe?
I mean, this has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Except I'm a tank. Like I'm not as knowledgeable about Star Wars as you two, so it's kind of not fair.
It'll be all Ahsoka questions.
We'll just come up with the questions for Chris, and Chris has to get them all right, or we'll just shame him.
We could do that. I'd be okay with that.
If they're behind the scenes stuff, like who is the grip and stuff like that, I wouldn't know. So
that would be the only questions we're asking.
The cinematographer for,
who was the one that put the tree in the background of the forest on Naboo?
Who was the programmer that drew the little 3D tree?
Anyone looking for Chris? Steven was worried.
All
right. Here we go. I don't know how this is exactly going to work because you're going to have to write some stuff down. So hopefully you'll be able to see this.
Yeah.
The game is called
Do you want me to make this like a bigger thing?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
So the game is called Worst Case Scenario.
Okay.
Aren't there books like that?
Huh?
Aren't there books called Worst Case Scenario?
Well, it's a New York Times bestseller, so
Okay.
I would assume so. We're gonna play a little modified version of it though. There's a wheel you spin and you get more points for it. But there are 12 rounds in the game, as denoted by this fancy score track. Each
Okay.
of you is going to be what they call the victim 6 times. So we'll alternate victim for round 1, victim for round 2, victim for round 1. On your turn, do you both have dry erase?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. On your turn, and you're also supposed to do this with 5, but since we're limited to this section, there will be 4 cards. Whoever the victim is has to rate them from very bad to the worst. So we'll take out the bad. Technically, it starts with bad, but we'll go with very bad, awful, horrible, and the worst.
Okay.
The victim will score them however they want, whatever's very bad to awful to horrible, and then the worst. And then whoever is not the victim will figure out in what order they would have scored them. So if Katsy is the victim and she lays out her 2, 3, 4, and 5, then Chris, you need to guess which one she put as number 2, as number 3, as number 4, as bad, very bad, awful, horrible, and the worst.
Okay. Can you put them on the table in the row of from best to? So very bad is the best.
No. Well, I mean, yeah,
The
one
best
that
is
you
the
would-
worst. Yeah.
It's supposed to be this way, right? But we're not doing 5. We're only doing 4.
So
Okay.
we're not using bad.
We're not using bad. We're going to start off with very bad.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So, for instance, if Katia decides that this was her layout, then Chris, you're going to tell me which ones you had out, depending on what these things are. You're going to tell me which ones you had down, and you'll get a point for each one you got correct.
All right.
And then you'll become what they call the victim. We'll go through your worst case scenario. You'll score them from very bad to the worst. And then Katia would have to guess. And then at the end of 12 rounds, each of you being the victim 6 times, we'll figure out who the winner is.
All right.
Good?
I think it was the victim of the last game.
Which is why you're going to start as the victim of this game.
Great.
So
So
again,
does that mean I have to not look?
no, you can look. I'm gonna reveal these 4 cards, and then Chris is
Okay,
gonna
right,
write down.
right.
Chris is gonna write down in what order he thinks it goes from very bad to the worst.
Yep.
And then you need to guess which ones he did in what order.
Yep. Got it.
So Chris, you're gonna write down your answers to these. If you want to write down the actual cards, you can. You don't have to.
I was just going to put the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but I don't want them to be like. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Let's just do that. We write the number sequence.
But in what order, right? Like.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be from left to. Aren't you going to put out the cards from left to right?
Yeah.
basically?
You put out the cards, and then he's going to arrange them in the way that he feels like they're rated,
Okay.
and that's what I have to guess, basically.
Okay. And these are just shuffled. I did remove some that were a little shitty for certain things that are going on in the world right now anyway.
All right.
So I removed some stuff that was whatever. Some of these might... I'm going to give these a shuffle.
So we got no phone or any other screen for a month.
Right.
Could you scoot it over a little bit so I can see the other one?
No.
There you go.
Lose all of your photographs and keepsakes.
Yeah.
Work at a job you hate. Recurring nightmares for weeks. All right.
So if you want to tell me which... I have orange for you. I can give you orange.
Yeah.
How
do I tell you that without her?
No, he's going to write on his board.
Yeah, that's
From
true. And then you'll tell me and I'll put them down.
Why would I?
Why put them down? Because they're not
Yeah.
going to see them.
No,
I'm
no.
just
You're
gonna
gonna write
write
down
the
your answers. Once your answers are done, Chris, tell me which ones they are, and then we'll reveal them.
Oh, so but then I also have to write mine now.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I meant.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and then the worst worst was 5, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Very bad, awful, horrible, and the worst.
Okay.
And for those in the comments, if you'd like to do that as well.
All right, I got my order.
A, B, C, D.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
If anyone wants to use that as a thing.
Oh, now I'm second guessing myself. Hold on.
You don't know me.
I know. I just swapped two. Oh boy, I'm gonna.
Oh, that's what's gonna mess you up.
Yep.
Does she get a point for getting all of them right, or does she get a point for each one she gets right?
You get a point for each one you get correctly.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this.
All right. So
we could just
Kathy,
reveal at the same time.
I mean, I guess I'd rather you one of you tell me what they are. Katia, what do you think?
I think that A is 5.
Okay.
So the worst. I think that B is 3.
Okay.
I think that C is 4 and D is 2. And I ended up swapping last minute the 4 and the 5, just so you know.
All right. So you're saying that Chris would more likely go with recurring nightmares for a week and not want to do without his phone.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, Chris, how many does she have right?
0.
All right, so the victim is Chris.
So
and
the first one I had that's the easiest was no phone or any other screen.
Get out of here. You're on
awesome.
Discord all day, every day.
That sounds awesome. It'd be a vacation. All right,
so wait,
things
how do you
I would do, I would design games, sculpt, paint.
How do you have them?
So the easiest one is A. So just leave that there. And then the next one is the nightmares. So you're pretty close with 2. That's a 3 for me though. And then I kind of like nightmares. They give me fun things to think about. And then 4 is B. Yep. And then C is 5.
So even my swap. Oh yeah.
See, you would have had 1 point with the swap.
I should have left the 5 there. Damn it.
Yep. Work in a job you hate. I've been there, and that is literal hell.
Yeah,
or
I
figurative
thought
hell.
you that, but then I thought maybe the phone thing more, like the screen.
No, that sounds like a great vacation. I'm on screens all day long.
Yeah. All right.
Now,
after one round, Eric is winning 2-0.
Oh yeah, I see some guesses here in the comments.
Oh, Alan got them all.
Oh, nice.
Orange, by the way, that's not right. I'm supposed to be the pink one, or the red, or whatever. You're supposed to give orange to Chris.
Oh, that's true. I'll switch it.
I'm supposed to be orange.
All right. So after one round, Katya, you have 0 points.
Great.
I like it.
It's a fantastic game.
Let's keep that up.
To play this.
Oh, I just dropped the card.
Let's keep that up.
All right, these are done.
Oh, what are we playing to? How do you know when
12 rounds.
10
most points. You'll be the victim 6 times.
Gotcha.
So whoever gets the most points after 12 rounds.
Oh yeah, you said that.
All right, so Katya, you're the victim.
Yep.
You have to. You're confronted by a biker gang, lost at sea, poop your pants in public, and stuck in quicksand.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
Which is the worst?
Huh.
Wow, this is some interesting choices there.
All right, I got my answers.
All right.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So, Chris.
Okay, so I have the worst thing is poop your pants in public.
Okay.
The next worst thing is lost at sea,
Okay.
then stuck in quicksand, and then confronted by a biker gang.
All right.
Like they could be a friendly biker gang, is what you're saying?
I think she could talk her way into not being upset with her.
I grew up in an area with Hell's Angels, so I think I could manage. So I
There you go.
agreed that A was 2. I also said that B was 4.
Nice.
So you said A was 2.
Yep.
You said B was 4.
Yep. But I'm switching those last 2.
What?
Yep.
Quicksand's not that hard. You just do this
You
and
poop
lay
your,
back.
okay, so you poop your pants in public. It doesn't mean everybody knows. You go home and you change.
That's what public means.
Yeah, everyone knows.
In public means that there are people around. Doesn't mean that everybody knows you pooped your pants.
I think the nature of it means everyone knows.
I don't think so.
Like,
You're in a
you
public
could,
like
you could be the only person in a library and poop your pants. Technically, you're in public and no one knows.
are you?
that's what I'm
Is that
saying.
public? Mm.
But hear me out. The reason for me that stuck in quicksand is worse is because I have always hated the feeling of my legs being stuck together. Like that's why I don't snowboard. I could not handle mentally being stuck in quicksand. Like I just could not deal with that. So to me, that
If you
is-
poop your pants in public, your legs will be stuck together.
I'd go home and change. It's not the end of the world, but being stuck in quicksand, that's pretty freaking awful.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
being
It's not
lost
that
in-
bad. You just widen yourself and lay backwards.
Yeah, no. It doesn't say how deep you're stuck, but if you're stuck, I'm thinking the legs are like trapped. It's not good. And then I'm probably gonna end up pooping my pants on top of that. So yeah, but you got 2 points out of it, so
Fair
it's
enough.
good for you.
Well done. All right. So after technically 1 round, Chris has 2, and Katya has none.
I'm laughing at what your brother said in the comments.
Yeah. I would pay $50 for
my
you not to do that, please.
So switched. Katya is now the victim.
No,
No,
wait.
Chris
I
is now
was
the victim. Sorry, you're guessing.
I'm the
Chris is now the victim.
Yeah.
Chris, accidentally insult a mob boss, sleep alone in a haunted house for a night, your computer is hacked, or captured by cannibals.
Oh my god.
Hmm. I have questions about these.
It's how you interpret it, and Katya has to guess how you would interpret it.
I have so many questions.
This game is like 7 and up. It can't be that bad. 10 to adults. All right.
All right. There's no way you're getting this.
You all got your answers?
Great. You can't just like
I'm not. No, I'm not doing it on purpose. This is
Okay.
really my
You
answer,
have to
but
be truthful about how you
it
feel.
is truthful.
Okay.
All right,
And
what do you
I'll
got?
explain it.
I went with A is 4.
A is 4. Okay.
Yeah. B is 3. C is 2. And D is 5. Yeah.
You think he'd be okay with his computer getting hacked, but would hate to be in the presence of cannibals, captured by cannibals.
Yep.
Okay.
You're captured by a cannibal. Like not just you stumble in a village of no, you are captured. They intend to eat you.
Yes, they probably that is the end game for cannibals. I think.
That would suck.
All right, Chris, how many?
She got 1 point.
One.
Yay!
All right, what do you got?
So the worst thing is getting my computer hacked.
That's what
Really?
I would have said.
But you didn't
Yeah.
care about your screen.
My
earlier.
entire work and everything is on my computer. If you destroy that, then I'm like at starting over for so much stuff. Now I have backups and stuff like that, but the level of realism that I feel of fear from that is real. Cannibals is number 4. Worse than cannibals, yes. Worse than cannibals. I could talk my way out of cannibals. And then number 3 is the one that you got correct. Yeah, sleep alone in a haunted house. I almost made that number 2 because I don't believe in ghosts.
I had a feeling you were pretty low on that.
But then I thought, I bet you there's like all kinds of rats and stuff in that house. I don't want to sleep in someone else's gross house. So, and then I went with 2 with accidentally insult a mob boss. I actually had a fun thought about like, oh, what if I got in trouble with a mob boss and then I got all wrapped up into this whole had to join the mob thing? That'd be fun. So I put that as 2.
All right.
At least I got a point.
You did. Now it's 2-1.
Yes. I'd rather be eaten by cannibals than have to deal with credit card companies. Yes.
Yeah.
Because that fear is real. Like I've never seen a cannibal, and the only cannibal stuff I really know about are Ewoks, and you can get out of that pretty easily.
You can.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Surrounded by dozens of snakes.
Yes.
Lost at night in a jungle. Spend 1 week in prison. Or stuck in an elevator.
Now I got Aerosmith in my head.
Yep.
Isn't it love in an elevator? Not stuck
Yeah.
in an elevator?
That might change your number. Yeah.
Yeah, that might change your number. Good point. I'm just kidding.
Man, there's so many things I don't know about you all of a sudden.
Really,
All
I
right.
could be playing.
All right, I got my guesses.
All right.
The next time we play this, we can all play because there's no reason why I can't drop my own stuff as well.
Oh, that's true.
I was just thinking because I'm curious. All right, so what do you think?
All right, so for A, I've got number 2.
Okay.
Because I think maybe she likes snakes. For B, I got number 5. Because even though she likes snakes, it's a jungle and anything can eat you. For C, I got number 4. You don't know what kind. Maybe it's all you're just sitting in a room. And then D, stuck in an elevator. Yep, 3.
All right.
Okay.
You have 2 points.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I went with, so D is my number 2, being stuck in an elevator. And that was even before we mentioned the, depending on who you're stuck with.
Yeah.
It's still not that bad. Then 3 for me is the surrounded by snakes.
So just switch to 2 and 3. I would have had it.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then,
close.
4 and 5. Because jungles at night, that'd be terrifying. More than a prison.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions like venomous snakes and snakes. Why do they have to be
It just
snakes?
said snakes.
Right. So, but it's the worst case scenario. You know what you ought to do? You ought to put 2 cards into 1 slot. So it could be stuck in an elevator and poop your pants in public.
Corey's funny.
That would be a good one.
Familiar with others and pooping your pants.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't even see that. That's funny.
So, like, if you did this, would the prison be the elevator? And you'd be in it for a
Yeah,
week?
some of them might not work, right?
No,
But
that
lost
would, like,
at night
your
in the
prison is
jungle.
the elevator for a week.
Yeah. Lost at night in a jungle surrounded by dozens of snakes. That works.
Ah, all right. Well, that's a good way to play it next time. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So after 2 full rounds, it is 4-1.
What? Didn't
I'm
she
too
get 2
predictable.
on me? Oh
No,
no,
I
she
only
got
got
1.
one.
One. Yep.
I'm too predictable.
All right. So jump from a building into a dumpster.
I'm the victim this time, right?
You
Oh
are
my
the
God.
victim.
Sorry,
Insomnia for 2 weeks.
The jump
Yeah.
from a building into a dumpster, I just had like a flashback of the Office episode when they're doing parkour.
Parkour. Yeah.
Jump in the fridge box.
Yep.
Okay, carry on.
All right, victim. Jump from a building into a dumpster. Insomnia for 2 weeks. Stuck in a sinking car. Or free your leg from a bear trap. Yeah.
Ow. Hmm. Huh.
How's the chat doing? How's the score? I'm sure you guys are keeping track.
All right, I've answered. That was pretty
I'm
easy.
not. I didn't. Oh, I didn't. I think Alan had it right last time. Actually, now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, let us know if you got it right, because these numbers just look like random numbers to
Yeah,
me.
we
once
have
they
to.
get
We have
past
to
it. Yeah.
erase them. So, hold on a sec.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of good questions in it, like how tall is the building? Yeah. I assume not 30 stories high.
I mean, it could be like Assassin's Creed, right? You jump off a 30-story building into a hay bale.
All right, I got my numbers.
All right,
All right.
Chris, what do you think?
Okay.
You go by her guesses, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the victim. Yeah.
So I think that A is 2, B is 3, C is 5, and D is 4.
Pretty good.
She got 2 points.
2
Yeah.
points.
She got C and D correct, but the
Yeah.
A and B are switched.
And I switched them.
Oh, did you?
Yep. I shouldn't have switched them. I would have
Yeah.
had 4.
I think I might have insomnia. I'm not sure. I just don't want to go to bed. Is that the same thing?
So it was that you're saying?
No. No.
It's 3, 2, 5, 4.
Oh, these were switched.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, at least I got 2 points.
Garbage
The
day.
stuck in a sinking car was pretty clear that is the suckiest part. 'cause
Yeah, it's
you
pretty
get that.
bad.
Every time someone jumps into a dumpster, I'm like, man, what if there's glass bottles in there? And there's no guarantee it's full of pillows. How is that better? I think I'd rather just hit a street. At least there, I know I'm not hitting like iron bars and I don't know.
Hitting a street, though, there is no chance. Maybe your dumpster was pillow day.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just think of all the different things that could protrude into my legs.
This is very true. 2, 3, 4.
I don't
5.
like things protruding into my legs.
I don't blame you. All right, Katya, you are now the victim.
All right.
Armed robber in the house. Remove a fish hook from your lip. Swim in
Oh my God.
swim in shark-infested waters, or on a boat overtaken by pirates. That's a
Oh,
good way.
see, you could put a lot of these together.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oof. Wow. Man, these are rough.
These are rough. Oh my gosh.
Man, I don't want to make any of these. I think they're all 5s.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. I got my guesses.
All right, what are they?
I wonder if I match up with anybody. Now, I don't match up with anybody on here, so I might be in trouble. All right. So the worst one is A, number 5. That's just you and some armed person. The next to worst, number 4, is D, because pirates are actually pretty bad in real life. And then B is remove a fish hook from your lip. And then C is swim with sharks, because maybe they're nice sharks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but what's
see-
the number?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. B is 3 and C is 2.
because maybe they're nice sharks. Is that what you said?
I don't know.
You have 0 points on this.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the nicest one of all, like to me, the removing the fish hook from your lip would be the number 2.
I switched yeah.
Because the lip is really stretchy. I've seen somebody get a fish hook removed from their foot, and that looked like hell. But your lip is really stretchy. I think you could get it out relatively painless.
Depends on
After
that.
that, I had D was 3. Then armed robber in the house was 4.
Oh,
I think because I think I would have better chance of survival with pirates than an armed robber in my house.
well, with pirates, you're not the only victim on the boat.
That's the thing. It's
yeah,
like the
there's a
armed
bunch of people.
robber. He's probably gonna make sure you didn't see his face, and he's probably gonna shoot you. And the shark infested waters, no. I mean,
See,
like I
yeah.
snorkel, and I'm okay with that. But I constantly have a fear that there's like big sharks out there. I'm very like yeah. So
That's the whole thing I didn't know about you. If I knew that about you, I would have moved it to the other part and had all 4, because the other ones are all in the right order. I just was one step. All right. Don't like sharks. Don't mind snakes. But snakes are just land sharks.
I think snakes are a guy fear. Honestly, a lot of guys are afraid of snakes, but to me, they don't bother me.
Yeah, I'm not.
No?
Maybe. I mean, if I'm in the desert and I hear rattle, then yeah, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, obviously.
I used to, in our biology class in high school, they used to let you take out the snakes and play with them. And I would just let them sit around my neck while doing stuff, and people would freak out,
I had a friend that had a ball python, and like we used to play with it. And it was a little one because it was still young, and he used to come and rest on his glasses and watch TV with them.
That's cute.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
You were talking, so I didn't want to reveal them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go for it.
It's a bonus round. No. All right, so Katya, Chris, you are the victim.
Yep.
Scuba tank runs out 50 feet below water.
Oh my god.
Or 50 feet below the surface because you're already in water.
Yeah.
Chased by a gorilla. Abducted by aliens. Or taken hostage.
Wow.
Well, I feel like C and D are very close.
I don't know why we just went Christopher Walken. Wow.
Wow.
I mean,
there.
One involves probing, one might involve probing.
I don't know what kind of aliens you're hanging out with.
I read the paper.
No one reads the paper. Interesting. All right. Well, there's that. Then that. Then that. Then that. All right.
I think I'm all wrong, but that's okay.
All right, what do you got?
I'm going with A is 4, B is 5, C is 3, and D is 2.
0 points.
No kidding.
I had a feeling.
Wow. 3 blanks. All right, Chris, what is it?
So the worst thing would be scuba tank runs out of air 50 below. I
That
have
was
like a fear
awesome.
of drowning.
No.
I've
Those-
drowned in my shower once, almost almost drowned in my shower once, because I fell asleep. Second, whenever I had an office job and I had to get up really early, I still stayed up really late. So I'd be so tired in the morning, I'd take a shower to wake myself up. And then one day I got so sleepy, I was just like, I'm just going to sleep a little bit here in the tub. And I laid down with the shower still pouring on me, but my foot fell into the drain. And so I slept and the water just slowly did that. And I was like, ugh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about drowning. So then the next to worst thing, number 4, is chased by a gorilla.
Damn it.
You watch those YouTube things where like someone's got one like a little mountain lion after him and stuff. Oh, that's horrifying. And then 2 and then 3, yeah. So abducted by aliens, yeah, that's going to be uncomfortable. But now I got a great story. So. And taken hostage, I imagine there might be other hostages. I don't know. I could talk my way out of it.
Okay.
It was close. Like the scuba and the gorilla, I was unsure. And then the other ones are like almost the same thing. You're being taken hostage either way. It was really a toss up.
I don't know if giving up after a few feet is chasing. But I don't know. That's still pretty bad.
All right, Katya, you're the victim.
All right.
We are almost to. I'll give you after round 4. All right, so skateboard downhill while holding a baby. Jump from a moving car. Fall into the lion exhibit at the zoo, and swim in leech-infested waters.
Wow. These are so weird. Almost sounds like an action movie.
Done.
Ooh, that was fast.
Wow.
I have a storage here.
All right.
All right, what do you got?
Yeah. If I think I can talk to the person victimizing me, that's the way out. I'm doing the guess, right?
Yep.
All right. So I put the worst. Well, I'll just go A, B, C, D. Right. I got 3, 2, 5, 4. So the worst thing I was thinking was the lions.
So you also have none.
Ah,
One.
I figured
Yeah.
that was possible. These could have been all over the place, really.
So skateboarding downhill while holding a baby is 2 for me.
Okay.
Doesn't mean
Can
it's going to end well.
Can you skateboard?
No.
Well, I didn't know if you could or not. I thought if she can skateboard, she might make that a 2.
So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean it ends well for me or the baby. I'm sure
It doesn't say it's your baby.
we're going to tumble our way down. It's going to be scrappy, but
Yeah, it doesn't say it's your baby, so
Sure.
just someone's baby. Oh yeah, make that a 3. Make that a 2.
I'm actually more afraid of like jumping from a moving car
Oh,
because chances are there's another car behind it and I'm getting hit by a vehicle.
that's why you got to jump off to the side.
Yeah,
I had a
don't
friend
know.
that did
That
that
to me
once.
is scary. Like I'm obviously picturing like it's not just strolling; it's going fast, and I'm on a friggin' like it's that's scary. What's
Oh God,
happening?
what's happening?
It's all right. For some reason, I didn't have my computer plugged in.
Oh, then the following one is 4. So falling into the lion exhibit. And the worst for me is the leech infested water. And
Wow.
the reason why is because I recall vividly a few years ago, I got one leech and I became hysterical, like out of my control, hysterical when I noticed the leech on my foot. Like there is something about having a leech on me that gives me the heebie-jeebies to a degree that I cannot explain. It's out of my control. So
I figured you'd be okay with the snake.
so swimming with the leech infested water is like I no, I can't. I
That
think
makes
the
me think of the
lion.
movie Stand By Me.
Oh yeah. Oof.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's
Or
the
is
one
it-
where Will Wheaton's like a kid. They have some other famous people in there
Oh
too.
yeah, I think I watched
They
it.
go
But
look at yeah. At one point, they're in waters and they lift their shirt and there's like leeches all over them. They have to
Nope.
pull them off.
no,
I figured if you were okay with snakes, leeches wouldn't bother you that much.
nope, because they're attached to you, and you try and pry them off, and they're still attached to you. It's disgusting. It's like
Oh yeah, the African queen too. There's an oldie.
so. That was my very unpleasant victim turn.
So after 4 full rounds, it is Chris with 4 and Katya with 3.
Huh?
Oh, we're close.
I lost a little bit of that lead.
A little bit.
2 more rounds.
2 more rounds.
All right.
And Chris, you are the victim.
All right.
So you wake up to find tarantulas in your bed.
Ooh.
You stuck outside during a lightning storm. I fall for some reason every time I flip one of these over, I read the one that's upside down. I don't read the one on the bottom of the card that's in my direction. I read the one that's on the top of the card, which is upside down.
Because you're trying to read from top to bottom.
Fall through the ice on a frozen lake, or eat roadkill to survive.
Done. Dunzo. Yeah, they should have switched them, right? They should have put the one that you're reading at the top, I guess, but they're doing it the closest to you too. I could see either way.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, go.
I think A is 4, B is 3, C is 5, considering the fear of drowning, and D is 2.
Well done.
I don't know. We'll see.
You got 1 point.
Is it the 5?
It is.
Yeah.
You're learning about me here.
All right, so what's really the worst then, or very bad?
I'm looking to see who got what in the thing here. Alan got 2 points and only 1 there. Okay, so the worst thing is drowning, number 5. She had that. The next to worst would be eat roadkill to survive. I do not have a very strong stomach when it comes to stuff like that.
See, you're from Texas. I thought, nah, he's probably done it.
No. I'm from the city, though. I'm not a redneck from outside the city, basically 5 feet outside of city limits. And then the next one was tarantulas. I actually don't mind spiders, and tarantulas are kind of cute. And then stuck outside during a lightning storm. That's fine. I don't see what the problem there is. I think that's really a bad thing. It's nice to look at the nice little lightning going on.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I might get struck, but I wouldn't know about it, right? It'd just be like,
Oh, I think you'd know if you got struck.
well, I'm saying like that would be it.
All right.
All right.
This is a good game.
Yeah.
Not bad, yeah? All right, Katya, you are the victim.
Is this the last turn I'm the victim? Or
No.
You should have 1 more. Yeah.
1 more. So, tongue stuck to an icy pole. Overturned kayak in Class 5 rapids. I believe Class 5 are the worst.
Probably.
I would assume they're the worst.
I
Chug
know
a
where I'd be.
gallon of rotten milk. Or fall down a long flight of stairs.
Wow.
I feel like I've done 2 of those.
Oh yeah, which ones?
All right. It's funny because I'm thinking to myself, okay, that wouldn't be so bad. Maybe not the age I'm at now, but like falling down a flight of stairs when you're a kid, it's like, yeah, you bounce back, but now it's like, not so sure.
I'm pretty sure I did as a kid.
Oh, I did tons of times. It explains a lot.
All right, I got it.
All right.
All right, go.
You're going to get points, I'm sure.
All right, so the worst I put
Nope.
C. Oh
Nope.
no. What?
Nope.
Nope. What?
I need Kathy is the victim, so I need Kathy's first. Oh no, I need yours first. Sorry. Okay.
Second to worst is B. 4. Yeah. Then D is 3 and A is 2.
You got 1 point, and it's not even the one I thought you would get.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So A is 2, the tongue stuck on an icy pole. I would put B at 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Again, you're underwater and your legs are trapped in a kayak. It's like the panic, the sheer. And I've almost drowned in a pool, being upside down. So this is like, nope.
I was trying to get out of my head. I was like, I know I'd do 5, but maybe she wouldn't. So I talked myself out of it.
Yeah, like I'm okay doing kayak on a calm lake, but I would not kayak in rapids. So let alone being turned upside down, that's a big no. And then the chug a gallon of milk would be a 3, and then the falling down a long flight of stairs would be a 4 because I'd probably die at this point. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I think I would have bounced back as a kid. I did, but now it's like I would really freaking hurt myself.
Yeah.
I'm well aware that I don't have the same.
It also depends on the stairs, right? Like the stairs I fell down growing up were like carpeted. They were kind of wide and stuff like that. But there's like office stairs I've fallen down before. They're just like hard bricks of cement and stuff like that. It could really mess you up.
What if it was like escalator stairs?
How?
You just keep falling forever?
Well, I mean, just what if they weren't working?
Yeah, they're like really angled.
Yeah, has that sharp bit right there. That'd be pretty bad.
That'd be bad. Yeah.
All right, so 1 point for
1
Chris.
point for Chris.
So I retained my lead
For now. All right, we go to Chris being the victim.
Last time I get to be a victim.
Last time you're the victim.
Tonight.
Land a plane on water. Stuck naked in public. Defuse a ticking time bomb. Or treat a severed limb.
Okay, but I feel like there's a bunch of successful things in there.
Well, some people get skeeved out at the sight of blood.
I guess.
Also, it doesn't say you successfully land a plane on water.
Or successfully treat a severed limb.
Or successfully defuse a ticking time bomb.
Well, to me, if you defuse it, it means you defuse it.
I guess. Yeah, attempt to defuse a ticking time bomb. I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit scarier. Damn.
Oh wow, Luke's coming in with 2, 3, 4, 5. How are you, Luke? Good to see you.
Hey, Luke. That's the one from your game night, right?
Yep.
The time at QSCon. Okay, I figured.
Yep. Yeah, he's one of the ones that helped with the Hot Wheels racing, which I believe we're doing Saturday. I know he and Jason hung out. Did not go well. I don't know if Heather is still watching, but they played Kingdom Death over the weekend, and Heather got decapitated. Heather's character, not Heather. Heather's character got decapitated.
Yeah, that's a good clarification.
Yeah, Heather. If Heather got decapitated, it'd be weird if she was in the chat
Right.
typing earlier. So.
Well, you could get to it quick, right?
Sure.
All right. What do you? Oh,
I still haven't written them. There's so many. The scenarios in each one of these are so big.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
It's easy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where would you go?
All right, I got him.
The other thing too. Okay, so the other thing too is I feel like they need to be just a tad more precise. Like treat a severed limb. Is it your own? Because in my head that was your own.
Yeah, sure.
Right? That's awful. So to me, that's a 5. D was a 5. C, the ticking time bomb, is a 4. And B, naked in public, is a 2. A was 3.
Not a single point.
Oh, shit.
Which I think means that I win automatically.
Yeah,
But
it's okay.
But
We'll finish.
So the worst thing I have is naked stuck in public.
What? Oh my gosh. Come on.
Well, here's my thinking. Okay. So first of all, I'm pretty sure I could just grab something, put it in front of me and all that, right? But I still have to get home. If I'm naked, I don't have my phone. I don't have money. What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's this huge ordeal. I could end up in prison, on a watch list or something. And then treat a severed limb. I didn't think of it as mine because I would have thought it said treat your severed limb or have a severed limb. I don't think I would care about the treating part being the worst part of that, right? So, but I also put it as 4 because I thought, well, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to mess somebody up, and I don't want to mess somebody up. And then C is 3. Yep. Because I might not know what I'm doing, but if I mess up, then I don't know it. And then A is land a plane in water. That seems fun.
All right.
Yeah, to me, the naked in public, it's like nothing of that can kill me. Like it's
There's a chance of drowning with the plane. Yeah, I don't know. I guess so.
That's a good point, though. If you're naked, that means you don't have your ID, right? You don't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, it means you end up in jail, really.
Yeah.
Well, unless you have a good reason for it.
Not in Texas, at least. I don't know what your cops are like. You get caught naked in public. Doesn't matter what you say happened.
Robbed, somebody stole your clothes. Why the hell would you be stuck naked in public? It's obviously not your choice.
I don't know about obviously.
These are not your choices. You're the victim, remember? You're the victim of something. So something happened to you and you're naked in public. So
not necessarily. It doesn't say that alcohol isn't involved.
Yeah, or craziness, or
Well, the being drunk and naked would probably make it better and more fun. You wouldn't care as much.
What if you sleepwalk though?
Then you have an excuse.
I used to when I was younger.
Come on, me too. Actually, I was a sleepwalker.
All right, Katya, you are the victim for the last time. Wow, stalked by a murderous clown.
Jeez.
God.
Suffer unexplained migraines. Ooh. Fend off a bear. Or in the clutches of a giant octopus.
All 5s.
Yeah.
They're not good.
These are not good. Not good at all.
Wow. Man, I really don't know which ones. Huh. All right.
All right, what do you got?
All right, what do you got?
think? What do you think?
I'm sorry, Alan.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm saying what I'm guessing first, right?
Mhm.
So the worst thing I put was stalked by a murderous clown. Some people got things against clowns. Then suffer unexplained migraines because that is a just a life stealer. You just sit there on the couch and do nothing. In the clutches of a giant octopus. I know you don't like sharks, but you didn't say anything bad about swimming, so I don't know. Bears are cute. I don't know.
You got 0 points.
Ah,
Wow.
So to me, the suffering unexplained migraines was 2.
Hmm.
I've had migraines. They're unexplained in a way, and it's like it didn't say like daily.
yeah. See, in my head, I was thinking like you're just constantly suffering it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 3 to me was the bear.
Wow.
I think I could take them. They say you have to punch it on the nose. I just have to land one punch. No, seriously. They say you punch it in the nose and it will leave you alone. Again, didn't say what kind of bear. Here we have black bears. It's not that bad. If it's a grizzly, maybe.
Ugh.
And then I'm going with stalked by the murderous clown was 4. And the reason why I went with 5 with the octopus, again, underwater, I'm in the clutch of I'm going to drown. This is another drowning scenario. And I just, yeah.
This whole game is about how nobody wants to drown.
Exactly. And the being stalked by the murderous clown, I mean, sure, he's stalking me, but he might not get to murder me. Like, that's the thing, is maybe I catch him.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like the imminent death of the clutch, like the being stuck in the octopus is way more imminent. So it's like, no, that was worse.
Punch the shark, belt.
Yeah, you got Luke and Daniel both lit you up there. You punched a shark, not a bear.
Yeah.
No, you punch the bear. You punch a bear. Look it up.
Okay.
In the
You're not
nose.
going to reach the bear. He's going to cut you with his claws, like his.
Look it up. People have done it here in Canada. That's how they got away. They punched it right.
Well, the bears in Canada are probably nice.
No, there's some out west that are grizzlies. They're not.
probably
Nice.
Bears are like,
apologize for
oh, sorry,
taking
don't you
your
know?
How the hell are you gonna punch a shark underwater? You don't have swift movement underwater.
Hey, if lightsabers work underwater, you could punch a shark.
You do
No.
your hand like this, and then just at the point of impact, like Bruce Lee, you go.
No. It's your brother who has it wrong. Believe me.
Now, I'm pretty sure you punch sharks.
No, you punch bears. Trust me. I will put it in Discord. You'll see. You'll all see.
I could talk my way out of the bear. If it understands language. I took a gamble with the clown because I didn't know if you were one of the people that are like freaked out by clowns.
I mean, he's murderous, so it's not good.
Right.
Oh, it ended up being pretty tight.
Yeah, I knew. I was just 1 point ahead.
We're not very good at the game, though. We don't know each other well.
I bet you the more we play it, because we've learned stuff about each other.
We have.
I know you're not worried about snakes. You hate leeches. You know, I can drown just by looking up in rain. What are we looking at?
I wanted to point out it actually came with a pencil and a spot to put the pencil.
Oh.
That's nice.
So we played it mostly the way the game plays. There's 5 cards instead of 4. And then there's this wheel.
Oh.
And then what happens is you spin the wheel, and whatever comes up is what's happening during that round, and the victim would get points as well.
Oh.
So, for instance, I just spun it, and it came up double up. So all players double their points, whatever. Players who match the victim's number 4 chip get 4 bonus points. Players who match all the victim's chips get 5 points. So it gives the victim kind of points too.
I mean, giving the victim some points is good because I did think like, oh, shouldn't I just tank this so that she doesn't get put? Like, I didn't do it, but because that's not fun.
Yeah,
but-
I was definitely trying to be like legit truthful
Right.
with how it would feel versus
right,
yeah.
but you could just game the system and
Mhm.
make it so no one gets points. So
Yeah, that's always the risk with those games is
Yeah.
that you might get that person that decides to just throw you off.
yeah, you got to play with people who don't care if they win or lose these kind of things. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. They have a bunch of little books for like if you get kidnapped by aliens, the worst case scenario book, and if you get lost in the desert and stuff like that, and they're always funny. I hadn't seen those in
Alan
years.
pointed
though.
out that the audience crushed our score.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh,
Yeah, I was at Target. I picked it up. I thought it would be fun.
oh, that's cool.
it is. Yeah, and
Yeah,
like you said, next time you can totally play because it doesn't like you don't have to stay. Like you don't have to just run the game. You can actually participate.
Right.
And we get to find out if you like leeches or snakes or clowns or
There were some of those that were ridiculously hard. Like I don't know what I would have picked.
yeah, that last one. I felt like you could go in any direction. I couldn't argue with it. Like all of them were bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Octopus.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like it's one thing to run into an octopus while like to see one while you're snorkeling. Obviously, if a giant one, first of all, it's a giant one. So it's a massive creature. And if it's got you in its grip, it's not looking to be friendly.
Yeah.
And you're underwater, so you're dying. It's as simple as that.
Seems pretty bad.
Seems pretty bad to me.
Yeah. I think that one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So what you want to talk about some games you've been playing?
Sure.
Everybody like and
I ended
subscribe.
up,
to you.
I ended up playing, like I said, we did a little roll/flip and write marathon at home. So we played. We started with Rolling Ranch from Thundergriff, which is a super fun little roll and write. Basically, you have your land and you roll 2 dice every turn. And there's an animal and a number on the die. So basically, when you have like pens in your field and you're placing animals in your field. So you're choosing the animal on one of the 2 dice, and the dice that you didn't pick the animal, then you pick the number, and that number has to be like the pen that you put it in. So like there's like each area has a certain amount of numbers in it. So sometimes the combination, you won't be able to place it where you were planning. So you might have to like go in a different location. But there's also times where it's like if the 2 dice have hearts, then it means that things reproduce. So you get baby cows or baby pigs and stuff like that. So you're trying to always have at least pairs in your areas so that things will populate and reproduce. And then there's also buildings that you're putting in there. So that was really fun. It was like there's some nice decision making into like where you're putting things because it scores differently depending on which animals you're putting together. So then we played Welcome to, we played the new cartographers, the cartographers heroes, which was really cool because it changes the monsters that you draw and it adds heroes. So the heroes give you like a weapon that you draw. And so it can either destroy monsters that you had in your map, or it can protect you from future monsters being drawn in those spaces. So that was a cool change. And then we played Railroad Inc. We played Silver and Gold, and we played Fleet the Dice game. So yeah, it's fun. Fun.
It's a good lineup.
Yeah.
I played a few of those.
Yeah.
Have you ever played On Tour?
I have. I played it at a retreat a few years ago, and it's a little bit hard to kind of like. I find the tallying at the end is tedious. So I had the app on my phone for the longest time, and that was the beauty of the app is you just basically you're done, boom, it calculates your longest route automatically.
Talk about instant back. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just found that part kind of tough at the ends to figure out.
Talking about instant back, I backed that solely on the artwork that was drawn for the cover. I was like, oh, I love this artwork, and just grabbed it. And then I was like, okay, it's fine. And I played it 2-3 times or so, and I'm so happy I got it. So
yeah.
You're not a fan of Roll 'n' Rights?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm just no longer interested. Like they never make me go like, ooh, what is that? I'm trying my best not to go like, oh, dismiss it or anything, because I do enjoy the Roll 'n' Rights I've played. They're just never like exciting me whenever I play them. They're just not my thing.
Gotcha.
But if other people say, "Oh, let's play this," I'd happily play it. And I have a bunch of them. I mean, more than half of the ones you just mentioned, I have and played. So,
what about you guys? What did you play?
I've only played Altiplano because we had to test out our new bags.
New bags? Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, like they're just a little bit like you put your hand in it, but it's pops to get in there. But that's okay. I mean, with Altiplano, the way you play, you don't normally have more than maybe 10 or 12 at most in there to pull from anyway. So, it wasn't that hard to pull from, and they're still fun. So they're better than the bags that it came with. The bags that it came with had all these strings hanging off of them and stuff.
Oh.
And so it was like, it wasn't hanging off of them. On the inside, it was all stringy. Okay. And so you'd reach in there to get your tokens, and you'd be pulling strings out. Yeah. So we would turn them inside out so that you wouldn't get the string. But then there's strings hanging off the outside and stuff. So it was good to replace them.
Okay.
The best bags are the ones that come in my. Well, I don't know if they come in the normal Orleans, but I got the deluxe Kickstarter one whenever it came out, and it's all like this fuzzy, velvety bag. That's like, well, it feels good to touch it and stuff. It's all soft.
Feels good to touch it.
Feels good to touch it. That's what we
do that in the intro video next time as a sound clip.
Touch it.
Just touching the bag.
What about you, Michael? What did you play?
We played Unsettled again. We rocked the first planet, but a different setup. It came down to, it was one of those cliched, it came down to the last turn. The first game we played, we realized at the end that we had done a couple things incorrectly. So it didn't really feel as dire. But this time, like, we were like, all right, let's make sure we do this right. And it was a different layout, and we had different objectives, and different shit was going on. And it came down to, like, if one thing didn't happen, we would have died. And last turn, it was really cool. I love it. We're planning on playing it again tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to do that and folklore or just do that and something else. But Unsettled was, and the Kickstarter ended last week. So I jumped in on all the stuff that I'm missing. I even got a second base set. So there'll be, I don't know when it comes out, but I'll have it at QsCon. It's really, really well done. Game Trays does the insert. Orange Nebula, they did Vindication too, which I got Chris's second copy. So they do good stuff. That's another one of those. When you see the name, you're like, yeah, I'm looking at that one.
Have you played Vindication yet?
Yeah, we played it. Like a week or two after I got your copy.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
I backed the Unsettled, but then I backed out of it, which is very rare for me. I think I've only done it like a handful of times, but only because I looked at more like gameplay stuff on all, and it seemed more cooperative with no hidden information kind of thing. And it's, again, a subjective thing for me. So I backed out of that, but I still kind of wish I hadn't. So
I don't know if you would like it because it would fall right into your quarterbacking problem that you hate.
yeah, well, I mean, so Sleeping Gods doesn't have hidden information and it's cooperative, but it feels it. You know what it is? It's all story like. It's like, hey, do you want to go over there? And none of you have any information. You're just kind of like, hey, yeah, we should go over there. It's more like conversation. So you don't. I don't feel like I'm taking someone's turn for them or anything like
Yeah.
that, or like you're all stupid. We should go here. Like there's no opportunity to do anything like that in Sleeping Gods. So I was thinking, well, what if it's like that or something? But it seemed more gamey than Sleeping Gods. Whenever I was looking at Unsettled, like there's stuff you can do and choices to make, and that seemed like the kind of game where I could be like, wait, if you do this and this, and you do this and this and this, then I'll do this and we'll solve this. And those kind of games I tried to stay away from because I don't want to do that to everybody, right?
Yep. You would totally do that.
Yeah, and I don't want to play those games because I don't want to be that person. So.
But it also is fun. Like it happened a couple times where it like made sense to do the thing that I didn't think of or that Luke didn't think of, right? No, wait, why don't you do this? That would give Dave this to do. Mm-hmm. And we kind of went through, but it created that conversation at the table. And although you could totally dictate somebody's turn on what they should do on their turn, it's more of a puzzle. Like, well, wait a minute, how can we get this done? Well, if you do this, then on my turn I can do this. Yeah, but you forget you have this. Oh, that's right. So if you do this. So it was more of a conversation of trying to figure out, wait, we can do it. How can we do it? What do we need? We have these for our turn. You're coming up next. You can't take another distress. How can we make this work? So instead of it's, no, you don't want to do that. You want to do this. It's more of a, well, if you do this, then we can all do this.
Yeah, and that works out great if you have an equal participation in solving the puzzle as a group. But for the most part, my group, like there are some people and they're that aren't as vocal or don't want to like interrupt things, or they haven't said what they're planning on doing. So whenever you say you should do this and that's what they plan to do, that always feels sucky. It's like, oh, I was going to do that. Now you stole my thunder kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's all comes down to group and, you know, the experience, I guess, and all. But I could see it being fun if you had the same level of people kind of like working it out as a group.
Yeah, well, like Luke just said, like we were playing off each other. None of us was telling each other, no, you should do this on your turn for reasons. It was just, well, we could do this, or we have this problem. How can we solve it? Knowing who's coming up, knowing what our pips were on our dice. Like it definitely, but it was cool to play the same planet because you'd think like it would have the same, okay, we're just going to use this mechanism or we're going to use these chits, just use them differently. In the first scenario, there was this thing that happened. In the second scenario, they weren't even in it. So it's kind of like, well, that's cool. Totally different layout. The planet was laid out differently. Your objective was different. The things you were doing was different. So even though it was still in, and I think what Dave was saying, or the box says, do I have it? I think there's 3 different ways to play each planet. So like, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm still kind of sad that I backed out of it, but I also think it's probably for the best because I don't think it would have been played that often. It's a lot of game.
The base game comes with 2 planets and it retails at $90.
Yeah.
So like the all-in Kickstarter, you could get sleeved or not sleeved, but the all-in Kickstarter was $210 and it came with 9 planets and a whole bunch of exclusives. Like, well, shit, there's a lot of game in there for what, like you could probably just rock the base game, play it 6 or 7 times, play through it and be done. But there's a lot in there.
That's another thing about like campaign games and stuff like that is I just don't normally ever finish them. Like I only get 2 or 3 plays into them and then we're on to the next campaign game or some other game, you know?
Well, this isn't campaign though. Like playing the 1 to the second, there's nothing that carries over.
Right. I don't necessarily mean, well, I mean, like, yeah, that's legacy whenever it has a story go into the next one, right? Campaign is just like every time you play, there's a different story. So either way, legacy or campaign, I have the same issue as like we have so many games just coming at us that
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, new one almost, and then playing the old gyms sometimes so that you don't forget the rules, right?
Yeah.
It to take one game and just play it a dozen times. That's oof.
Yeah.
It's like that
It's just
with Too Many Bones has that issue in a way. It's like there's scenarios, so you can replay them, but then you kind of remember the story.
Mm.
Like you kind of remember the cards that you're drawing
mm,
as you go. So I mean, it still doesn't mean you're gonna have the same fights. If you're playing different characters, you're gonna be upgrading different abilities.
Right.
So it's gonna turn out different. But I don't like that, like remembering the scenarios, like the storyline. So
yeah.
We played Four Gardens
Mm.
by Arcane Academy. Arcane Academy is a 3WS game. Arcane Wonders.
Okay.
It's got a tower, a 4-piece tower that rotates.
Never heard of it. No.
Yeah.
That's
never heard
really
of it.
neat. So I love multiple used cards. When you can, like the way that Gloomhaven uses the top and the bottom, right? You're playing one and you got to pick. This one has 5 different ways you can use the card. Like there's 5 different things going on each card. You can use it to gather resources. You can use it to build. You can use it for all these different things. But the main mechanism in the game is there's a tower, like a pagoda kind of tower, and it's 4 pieces, and they have resources on them: wood, stone, water, and grass. I could be wrong on grass, but wood, stone, water, and what looks like grass.
Like grass?
They're not that kind of grass, like lawn grass. So each side, it's 4-sided. Each side has 0, 1, 2, or 3 resources of that type. On your turn, you either play a card because you want to build it in a panorama. You play a card because you want to transfer resources from your hold onto the cards to build them. You play them to rotate the tower and collect resources. And then there's what it takes to build that one, and then what color it is in that pattern. There's the panoramas come in 2, 3, 4, or 5 long, and it actually denotes which one in the group it is. So you can only build one of each color. Obviously, you only have one of each in the set. But you play the card to rotate the tower and then take the resources from what's facing you and then put them in. But you only have 4 resources unless you get 1 extra. You could have max 5 resources that you can manipulate. Like it's restricting, but super fun. It's very fun. Well done. The way the tower works, everything about it was really good. The art was pretty. The way the cards fit together, like the panorama that was created.
Do the cards go on top of each other? Because then Katya is definitely in, right?
No. But the bits in it, the stone and the grass and the wood, those could be in a mosaic pretty easily.
Cool.
Yeah, that was good. And then what was the other thing we played? I learned a few things. Prototype of a game from a local company, Kinsole Studios, that's really, really good. Building out a whole world and a complete IP, and the way that they have the game play is really neat. They've been there the past 2 weeks showing it off, and they're coming again tomorrow to play. So
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't talk about it, but
you just did.
But you want to.
Now we know there's a game.
I actually told them, because they're a company, and I told them I was jealous because if it had been like a pitch event, that I would show it to 3WS, and then they reached out and they said, so what can we do? So it's pretty neat.
Now you really can't talk about it.
No.
Well, maybe we'll have them on and play it sometime.
If it's digital, yeah, sure.
If everything works out.
Yeah, if Jordan's watching, get it digital, we'll play it.
I'd be surprised. I almost go straight to digital I don't make table pieces anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody I want to show it to is virtual. So it's easier than waiting for a con or something, right?
Yep. Oh, we have the one. I can't talk about that either.
Why don't you just tell me which ones you can talk about?
The one from Corey and Donnie.
Maybe you could talk about it in our Discord after the show.
Maybe we. Oh man, I wonder if we could play it. I don't think we can play it. We can't. I can't talk about it.
All right. Well, maybe we can pray some secrets out from them on Discord after the show, which we can end now and then go over the Discord.
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right. If you want to join us, our link on our Discord page is on the description. Just click there, go into the welcome on the left, click the thumbs up, and you'll come talk to us in the Bat Cave.
Oh, and next week we have a guest
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, Mark Maya
from Board Game Coffee,
from
right?
Board Game Coffee will be joining us next week to talk about all the things and some stuff he's working on and Board Game Coffee. You should have led the show with that because not many people are watching at the 3-hour mark. Although we still have 7, that's really good.
Yeah.
There's some good games right here.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Actually, those are all good games.
Oh yeah, you've been here the whole night. Yep.
Very nice.
Thanks for joining, Alan.
Good
Thanks
night.
everyone for joining. We really appreciate it. It's great to
Yeah,
see you
that
guys
was
all
fun.
active in the chat.
Yep.
Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sticking with us, and come by Discord if you want to talk to us about all the secrets that Michael is going to keep to himself.
And the QCon event is happening this weekend. We forgot about
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Who's gone?
That's why we're all sporting the shirt.
Yep. Totally not planned.
No, actually, it wasn't.
Two of you weren't playing. I went and changed when I
Yeah.
saw what you were wearing.
Yeah.
I almost wore this, though.
They don't need to know about the movie Magic, Chris. It was not planned.
That's true. Some people like the movie Magic.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
All right, we'll see you in the
Goodbye,
Discord.
everyone.
Discord. Bye.